efficiency there. So yeah, it's not even about the capacity or the decisions anymore. It's just about not using that finger at all, because it's too hard for me to not do that. BAP, you are the next winner, GG. Nice jump, yeah. That's why I always do sprint to jump. Yeah, the problem is there's less of an advantage for the entirety of the game if you do that, so there's things you can't do if you map it the other way. Mapping, it's not going to solve it, it's just not even using my thumb. Because, like I said, it would be actually hard to push the button if I didn't use my thumb there. So we change that up, solves the problem, call it a day. But it's beyond just, you know, my capacity to, you know, approach things a certain way or any kind of... It's not a mental thing at all now. It's just literally I can't use my hand that way. It's not going to work. Or at least it won't work enough times consistently to be acceptable. Or how many hours I have on all the Soul series? Quite a bit, man. Maybe you should try Hidden Body. No, we're not going invisible on this run. That's a little bit cheesy. There's no need to. That problem has nothing to do with what I know how to do and what I don't know. It's not misinformation. It's not that I need practice. It's just I can't actually do that anymore. Can't allow myself to hold the controller in that exact way with that finger. Because, like I said, it's as simple as that. My index will not be able to push the button unless I, like, try very hard to. So it's almost impossible. Easiest way to fix it. I should have done that before, but I was thinking of it as something where I was making a decision or there was some sort of mental process that was flawed, but it's not even that now. Caviar, welcome back. What's up, dude? Want to see the end? Twix, you probably won't see the end, man. If you're here to watch the end of the game, I would recommend leaving when you have to go to bed or like whenever you plan to leave already, and then come back and watch the VOD in the morning or something to see if we made it instead of waiting, because it's very improbable that we'll actually make it all the way through. We could, and we do make it through a decent amount on average, but it's not enough to prove that I can. I can't just choose to and do it. It's just based on how everything goes. So I would recommend coming back and watching the VOD if you got to go or something like that. And then you won't waste as much time that way. But I appreciate you understanding. Zoogle, it was just completely destroyed. Someone wants to clip it, they can, but just unintentional jumps. MYC, what's up, dude? Holy Swamp, get good. Guess so, man. Milosito, what's up, dude? Thanks for the good luck. Is it pretty sensitive? No, it's not. It's not that sensitive. It's just a flaw. The amount of pressure applied to hold the controller on that angle with my thumb itself will produce that situation a certain amount of times. And it will never stop until I don't use my thumb. It's just the thumb itself. The amount of pressure I can apply is not safe to be able to do that. I have to use a finger where it's actually hard to do that. It's so simple to solve it, I just didn't know now. So now I'm happy because I can just... I didn't think of it before as something like that. I thought I was just like, you know, thinking of something incorrectly, and there's nothing mental to it at all. It's just the physicality. It's very simple. And it's only on that angle, not forward, really. I mean, it barely ever happens. It's usually when it's backward toward the camera. Cosmo, it's going pretty good, dude. How are you today? Is Prime not working? Might be, like, broken or something. I don't know. I don't think anyone else has mentioned that. So tired of me calling him Patrick that he's not even gonna bother replying anymore, Wendell. Oh, sorry, dude. Honestly, I didn't get to that part yet. I didn't see that. But thanks for the good luck, dude. I'll take the good luck even if it's for Patrick. Why not? Be gentle then, Capri. It's not that simple, dude. I wasn't trying to be anything at all. I was literally just thinking, push this in this direction. I wasn't super tense. I wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but it's just enough if there's any extra amount to get the jump. So it's a simple solution. There's nothing to even worry about from now on. I don't have an excuse at this point. If it happens again, then I'm mentally making the decision to apply extra pressure more than I normally would have to do that. So then it's actually something that's on me, and I'm sabotaging myself. But because it's easy to accidentally have that happen, you know, we're just gonna try it different now. Should have already had that in place yesterday. I just didn't even see it as that kind of thing. Jay Bailey, thank you for the brand new sub, man. The first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy being a skeleton, dude. Thank you very much. Scholar of the Cursed Thumb, yeah. Apparently. What does Spook do? Persephone, so basically nullifies fall damage until the point of death. But you are Patrick? I'm not Patrick though. When did I sign some sort of agreement for that? Oh yeah, so your footsteps also are silent, that's true. It's a very good point. Stole your DS3 disc? Stole your disc, like, stole it to play it, or stole it for another reason? Like, do you mean they borrowed it without asking? Lemur, I haven't yet, man. I haven't yet. But again, like I said, I don't usually just like find an album and then listen to all 12 to 20 whatever tracks in one sitting. I usually just chip away at it, so I will eventually. I can enjoy it more that way than forcing myself to go through the entire thing. But I'm liking it so far. I'm definitely liking it. With Spook casted, any fall distance would kill you. Any fall distance that would kill you still does, but you won't take damage from shorter falls. Yeah, pretty much. So you're gonna die if you're gonna die regardless, but if it's something where you take a tiny bit of damage, it nullifies that. Learning a lot of stuff from the gameplay. You finished DS once, gonna try speedruns or something like that. That's why you want to see me face the harder ones. Yeah, the problem is though, I mean, just like if you're expecting for anyone that thinks that we're gonna make it to the end every single day, there's no way to guarantee that at all, unless I just continue for the sake of that. So I could, but because we're trying to achieve something and get better and enforce those rules, there's no guarantees. So that's why I said, just if you want to, like, don't stick around longer than you would normally plan to, just in case you see it. Just come back and watch the VOD and you'll know if it happened or not. Or you can watch VODs from other runs if you want. And therefore you don't have to worry about kind of inconveniencing yourself, because I can't promise you that. If it was a promise, I would say, yeah, like this exact time we should be there. But it's not, so you're gonna have to somehow check out other VODs or see if we got it, if you want to make sure that you're not hanging around too long, especially if you gotta sleep. Undead Settlement, where they burrow the dead. That's why there's so many farm hollow. Oh yeah, that's why they got all those tools and stuff. They're digging graves. But yeah, I'm glad that you're learning stuff, Magic. Thanks, man. Anyone know why the lore on those bodies are hanging upside down, wrapped up? I think there's some sort of sacrifices or something like that. But yeah. Tree balls is at the end. It is, man. I'm thinking though that if it was a run that was good, I'd let you guys pick which one you want to see for the end, because we could switch it up and do ODK last. Wouldn't really matter, but Donkey Kong, yeah, basically because it's really easy, so it saves us the time where we can get to the harder stuff sooner instead of putting it first. Just get it done at the end. Okay. Dog, please do not somehow choose to just chase me. Please. Leaves the fun to the end, yeah. What's the big hype for, Papa? Big hype for what? What do you mean, big hype? Last run I jumped when I wasn't supposed to. Say best to last, am I right? Well, I mean, to some people it might be the best, so who knows? I would be surprised. I was saying earlier, like, how could you like the tree as like the best fight? But maybe you do. Whole run to murder the tree balls. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess if you want to see it happening, you're probably getting ripped off a bit with the tree balls, especially because I don't need to practice it. But I mean, if it was better to do earlier, I would. Definitely would. Connor, what's up, dude? Crystal Sage is mandatory. Yeah, it is. That's true. You need to kill Crystal Sage. So we do it the latest you possibly could without, you know, doing other optional stuff before it. So earliest it could come in the mandatory order of stuff. Or sorry, latest it can come in the mandatory order of stuff. They drop minuscule amounts of souls. Yeah, the tree doesn't give you too many. So there wouldn't really be an advantage for any reason at all, other than preference. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the rest of the firebombs when we come back, right? Okay. So, 4 Abyss Watchers, we end up getting 4, I think. Wild Hutch, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Oh, tree balls, any percent, new best run, spread the word. Man, it was fun doing it early in the speedruns, but the pulling off the skip was the shitty part. Buttery Go, thank you for the host, man. And Green Mist, welcome back. Isn't your name supposed to be green if green is in the title? Isn't that how this works? You can't just have a name that has a color in it and then not have the name the color of whatever the name is. It's not even matching. How do you get away with that? How do you justify that? How do you live with yourself? Moomin Rider, what's up, dude? Alright, so Because we're always going to be offering 1 firebomb, and I can only really manage to buy 2. I think it's 2 I can get after I get the 5 mosses. I'm going to basically just make sure that 1 cage falls instead of hitting it first. And then that'll be the way we do this from now on. It'll actually end up being faster overall. Our Globe, what's up? Who is Gurman? Gurman's dude that's in Bloodborne. Character is supposed to be a ton of bleed and DPS, devolved into an SOC cosplay, because why not? That last minute switch up. Trying to stay low, don't blow the cover. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I mean, I wasn't talking about somebody in chat. I was talking about other stuff that's green and misty. And so, hey, how's the weather, guys? What's going on? Vitruvius, what's up, man? I could say the same about you that I did for Mist. So what color would your name be then? If it's Vitruvius, like you're saying it shouldn't be green? Mad Manatee, what's up? Bleed and DPS don't really go together on current patch. Yeah, so what they did to Bleed is basically reduce the effectiveness of Carthus Rouge itself and then increase the effectiveness of Blood Gems. So stacking Carthus Rouge on a natural bleed weapon isn't going to be really good. It's going to be okay, but not comparable to how it was before. Come on, Onion Bro, save me. You can do it, dude. Here we go. Wow, he took so long that time. I think, okay, maybe they're fighting already. Yeah, they are. I was just taking extra bits of time. He, like, said the line, it seems like it was later or something. I thought he says that when he runs over. Yama, thank you for the good luck, man. No happy birthdays, no Ferris bow. None of that shit. I'm disappointed in you. Undercover in the pink name game, even though you're green. Green mist? Okay, well, that's a confusing plot because your name has the color green in it. You're not that color, and you're saying it's supposed to be a different color that's not either because it's like red, so this is confusing. Tiltzilla, what's up? Why do I kick him? So he can get to the demon faster. So it cuts back the chances of me getting hit through the floor when I'm trying to kill the cages. If you were to just do a normal playthrough, what weapon build would I do? I'm not sure, man. It's a good question. I don't know, I'd probably just use a bunch of different stuff. I don't think I'd pick like one thing, I'd just use whatever I want at the time. But, yeah, I don't know. No clue. Sebi, what's up, dude? 0 damage? Yes. Fall damage to every single type. Sage gets the own split, but Watches only gets Catacombs. Yeah, I was trying to condense there. Sage and Deacons could be the same split, to be honest. Apparently I'm spooking twice here. Muistat, what's up, dude? You're getting your moped license soon. Nice, dude. How long does that take to do? Is it just like a written test, or is there a street test as well? Too spooky for you. Don't fall, please. Thank you. Like, he never falls, and that's really good. But I was thinking when he jumped right there, he might actually land beside me. King Nephilim, welcome back. What's up, dude? How are you doing today? You wait for it. Do you want me to throw all the best things at me at the same time? Don't rush it. Okay. I will very carefully anticipate the happy birthdays and the hey, you should use Ferris bow comments. C'est trop effrayant pour moi.
Soul of the lost drawn from its vessel.
Poison damage count in this run.
Strength be granted,
it does,
so
yeah,
the
every
world
damage.
Might be mended. So the world might be mended. Bing bong.
Slow bro, thank you for the 2 months in a row, dude. Welcome back. Continue to enjoy your emotes and being a skeleton. Cool. He's kind of stuck there, so it was fine to go for it, but then I missed the first time. Nephilim, I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. Thank you for asking. Went through NG++ and everything. Wait. Should be doing that for the armor. Okay, there we go. I was actually switching it the slowest way I could have before. Forgot about Nameless. Took 6-7 tries. Everything. Wait. Everything about Nameless. Oh, you forgot everything, like how to do the fight. Okay, sorry. I thought you were trying to say everything but Nameless at first. Yeah, that's not too bad though. 6 or 7 tries isn't bad. I'm sure that's much less than many people, so good job, man. Okay, we gotta wait for this again anyways. Got destroyed by those huge mushrooms in Darkroot Garden. Are you bad? They're actually really scary, dude. I usually don't go over there unless there's an item I need or something, but like no, you're not bad. They're pretty scary. I don't blame you. The small ones are okay, but the big ones are really insane sometimes. And they sound scary too. D-Pod, what's up, dude? Having a flag... wait. Okay, if I pronounce that right now, I'm gonna implode. Flagrantly. Okay, explain the word flagrant to me. Because I know you're not trying to say fragrant. I'm sure you would probably do your double checking first to make sure that it's said right. So what is flagrant? Let me know what that is. Spider-Man, we did an accidental jump, so I'm trying to address that situation now by just not using my thumb on the stick for that situation. Ever had one of these NPCs falling on you causing stagger? Yes, but I think the only time something fell on me to cause a stagger to ruin a run was a crystal lizard, and it was because it was knocked off the wall and rebounded. But I've had more things land on my head and kill me in DS1 because I feel like there's a lot more opportunity for that to happen. I've fallen on an NPC itself and aggroed a dude and killed him because I got stuck like in between him and an object and it hit him 3 times. Whereas if it was one stagger, I'd be fine, but it trapped me. So the other way around, that technically happened. Vandiscoot, thank you for the Prime sub, man. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the School Illuminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton, dude. Also, I was really worried that the buff would run out on the last swing, but I think I got more time to wait on that. Anyways, Vandiscoot, how is your day going, dude? What's up? The timings and such, but it came back fast, luckily. Yeah, Nameless is one of those fights where you probably would get wrecked if it had been a while. Definitely, man. Because, I mean, it makes sense. Like, it took the longest for me to learn out of anything in the game just to kill it once. So, I mean, if you didn't engrave it to the point where you knew everything and you were, like, excessively practicing it, then there'd be no reason for you to, like, go back to it and have an easy time. You probably would have some of that, you know, challenge of when you tried to do it the first time coming back to you. being that you didn't really practice outside of just killing him on any run that you did. Klyama, what's up, dude? Anzi, what's going on? Okay, let me not lose my spot on this. It's okay, you keep pissing off Ringfinger because you go to roll to get down from patches and fall on his head. Is that guy's name actually called Ringfinger? That's his name. Yeah, so that's what I did too, but I got stuck in between the ledge and his head, so it hit 3 times in a row because it counted as consistent falling damage. So if I had just fallen and hit him, it would be fine, but because it counted 3 times, it takes 3 instances of hitting the NPC to piss them off. So then the run was ruined after that point. It was like prolonged, inevitable doom, where I wish I had just died on the spot, you know, instead of having to go through that process. Because once he's pissed off and he's in there, you're not really going to be able to kill him without getting damage, or even sit at the bonfire safely, because he's got homing soul mass and shit. You know, unless you had practiced that as a thing, particularly, but when would you ever actually piss him off or stun him 3 times, right? It's just not likely to happen, so... So, yeah. Anzi, they're going okay, man. We had one that was started, but I screwed it up myself, and I'm hopefully never going to do that again. Same thing that happened yesterday, pretty much, but... I guess the reasoning is I just shouldn't try to play the game that way. Like, I shouldn't do that part that way. Shubis, how old am I? 175 and a half. It's my half birthday today. Minus, like, I don't know, 152 off of that. Amakusa, what's up? How's it going, dude? What's the music that I use for Sluglords? Both of the tracks don't have a name. They're both unused tracks, so they're just like a number on a playlist. But basically, they're music that was cut from the game. Boltstruck, what's up, dude? Like, I can, if you type in cut content music or cut music from this, if you just go through all of them, you'll find some of them. But again, they don't really have names. I think the one was also unnamed, but it was like for a trailer for DS1, I think. Wait, let me just double check and see this. Sorry, I was wrong. There's 2 unnamed ones, and there's the one that's the trailer, and that one might actually have a name. Same age, Moomin Rider. Yeah, there's actually a lot of people here that are around the same range, like more or less by a couple years or so. Got to keep each other feeling young together, even though we're like getting dusty. Just kidding. Okay, let's see what these are. So we got where is it? Unused OST. Wait, no, that's... Yeah, most of the OSTs I have are unused, so... Secret Betrayal is the one for Firelink, I think. Hidden Track trailer music is DS1 trailer music that I used for it before. And then Unused Track 10 and Unused Track 9 are the other 2. So then maybe that'll help you. Anyone managed to do a no damage run, Cynical? It's been done any %, but never all bosses plus DLC. Okay. Now we gotta sell all the stuff. Oh, I gotta remove this first. Okay, we're gonna actually have probably 2 extra levels on this one. Maybe. Something like that. Shubis, I am from Canada, man. You seem to be asking a lot of questions. Like, that's not a problem or anything, but noticed. Also, holy shit, that alert was loud.
When you go from hollow to human, you go from sweatpants that say jerky to sweatpants that say juicy.
Chichin, thank you for the 6 months in a row, man. Welcome back. How have you been enjoying Monster Hunter? You seem to be like getting really serious with that. I watched you play it for like a little bit once, and I had no idea what was going on, but you were like giving advice to people like a pro, man. When's the MLG sponsorship? When's the LAN battles? You go from sweatpants that say jerky to sweatpants that say juicy. Okay, we only got one of the extra levels because apparently I was off by a bit, but anyways, we got one extra dex. That's not bad. And yeah, thank you again, Chichin. Welcome back, dude. Follow Chichin if you guys don't. If you like Souls content, if you like Monster Hunter, possibly Shadow of the Colossus, possibly just things getting broken into pieces, like bones of your enemies, you know? Between 5 and 55. Well, I guess you wouldn't be wrong if you said that, but I don't know how accurate that is overall, like, to the average, but it's a wide range you gave yourself. Ferreira, I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? What is your social? Just wondering. Go Screw, what does that mean? Like social networks and stuff? But enjoying it. Bit burnt out on Souls at the moment, so trying to slow down on it to not go mad. Yeah, you were doing a lot of the boss rush on this too, right? It's going pretty good so far, man. We're trying to make up for the ultimate mistakes. Ultimate mistakes with brackets around the S. Social security number. Yeah, we're not gonna be talking about that. Nice try, though. You know, shame on me for thinking you were talking about something that wasn't sensitive information. Also, I'm pretty sure it's SIN, but you're probably talking about American, right? SSC, I'm pretty sure would be American. It's SIN here. Got antisocial insecurity number. Damn, dude. You're cracking the codes. Character really scares you. The face. Yeah. It's, you know what it looks like? It reminds me of, like, the upper part of the face looks like Colbster for some reason. I don't know why. Reminds me of Colbster, but then, like, a woman that also had to, like, breathe but didn't breathe for a while. For some reason. Sequence of 9 numbers. Oh no, he's cracking the code for the amount of digits now. All he needs is one other key detail and he'll figure it out. Shit. Back to Grandma Face, how to run Subaru. I don't know. You tell me. Does it look like we're doing okay? Kamikazin, what's up, man? I don't think I said hi to you. Sorry if I missed anybody. Normanot, you were here too and I didn't say hi. Wow. Like, why aren't you trying to sue me right now? You should be. Missing all this stuff. Gillis, what's up? Which state? Retro? Live in a state of constant fear. Yeah, I guess the sad thing is you actually could be in that situation. No, all jokes aside, but I don't blame you, man. Connor, not as good as I want, but we're changing that.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel, Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Kilm, I've understood that for a while, man. That's what I usually would say to most people. If you want to do this, just don't do it. It's the best way. Or if you want to take 0 damage, don't do it. Hasn't really worked out too well though. I mean, Risey, what's up? How's it going, dude? Last run cat, accidental jump. So we're cracking down on that this time. Never doing that again. Shabors, what's up, dude? How's it going? Discount Fool's Idol. We're talking about Sage. Well, I guess Pinwheel is almost... Well, I wouldn't say it's a discount Fool's Idol, because it uses, you know, same concept, but in a way that, you know, the backstory is kind of important to the lore itself, so... Like, Pinwheel isn't really like a bootleg Fool's Idol, but in a way, they're all technically like Fool's Idol, so yeah. You're right. Risey, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking, man. Instant fan, been here first time. You've only been here today, is that what you're saying? Astergaster, what's up? Is this like the Nike employee meeting right now? What the hell's going on? Or is this coincidental? I've been here for a while, but never watched stream because you always watch the YouTube vids. Oh, I see, man. Well, welcome then. We are in the midst of getting good, which is the goal. But no promises. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try really hard. LZ, what's up, man? Soji, good evening. Too many verify. I know it's just a Nike meeting or something like that. Got to discuss the plans for the shoe sales next year. Why is that rat's ear moving in the water like that? That makes me really, really concerned. Its ear is flapping in the water irregularly, or in a really weird way. Is this a meme run though? You could consider it a meme run. I mean, in terms of speed running, this would be a meme run. Every run that's not a speed run technically would be a meme run. In elitist speed run vocabulary, right? But I can also agree, it's definitely a meme. There's many memes in store for it, so why not? You know, saying hi to everybody. If I see your name, man, I will say hi to you. Unless it's clear that you don't want it. Jacobus, what's up, dude? Astra, I'm doing good. So yeah, okay. So what's this deal with Checkmark Squad? Are we is this just coincidental? Gambino, what's up? How are you doing, man? Sorrel, what's going on? Fast Reader? Not really. Not really, man. I think it just might be an illusion. You might think that, but I'm not the fastest reader. I mean, I could read something fast, but like I'm not gonna be able to like tell you what it is necessarily. I could tell you some things, but you don't know if I'm reading something more than once to, you know, be able to understand it, right? I might have to read it a few times, especially if I don't get more than 1 full second per time I look to actually look. So I usually have to make up pieces of things multiple times until it fits into one sentence. But I mean, there's some times where I can actually take time and read, but yeah, I try to just glance and then make out what I can. Twin cell swords. Wallet, what's up? How's it going, man? These are the sellsword twin blades with sharp infusion. Put little guy down for his afternoon nap, Imperial. Well, okay, it's time to get edgy now. You've put the child is sleeping. We need to do edgy things, like not have to worry about Walnir pulling the sword on this fight, so we can go through here all at once and not spend twice the amount of time, and not get stuck there either. Pancakes, don't you dare jump off the cliff again. I'll try not to. But anyways, dude. Wait, are you using that because the analogy that I was mentioning before, like comparing it to just like choosing to jump off a cliff or something? Because that's funny that you remember that. But yeah, man, have a good rest of your day.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
Possibly. I'm surprised you remembered that. That's cool.
Might be mended.
Risey, thank you for the brand new sub, man. For the first time in your feeble, cursed life, ha 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 ha, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton. Ha 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 ha. Are you cringed enough now to rethink your decision? I was doing that as a test. I want to see if I've changed your mind all of a sudden. Oh man. Yeah, I thought he was still alive at the end right there. Instant fan boo. Okay, I gotta check out what you're playing, Risey. I'm gonna give you a follow. And also, we shall not forget Astergaster as well. I feel like that's like some sort of like TOS where if you don't follow someone that's verified, you actually get like fired or something. You get banned. Unsubbed because the cringe, Exulius. Damn it, dude. Ugh. I knew it was a bad idea. I knew it was a really bad idea, and I just decided to do it still. Fucking god damn it, man. Can we discuss this? Can we negotiate it? Maybe change some minds this once. Big Tony down. So you're saying that Tony the Skeleton is such an iconic enemy now that we have to think of Walnir already being distinguished as an individual as little or big Tony. He is some sort of extension of Tony because Tony has more importance in the game than Walnir. That's actually a boss. Tony the basic scrubby skeleton is more important than Walnir. Is that what you're saying? I'm your hero gaster? Okay, this is getting scary now. This is definitely a setup. Also, I need to check that alert, so give me a second. Let me, let's kill Tony. Best shoutouts EU. Didn't see the hydration bot. You take responsibility to say drink some water. Yeah, I definitely got to do that too. I have been trying to. There's certain points that I usually have as like designated times to be able to drink without having to worry about, you know, something going on, like getting hit or whatever in the meantime. Brain, welcome back. What's up, dude? Okay, give me a second. Sometimes, depending on what name it is, it's hard to see because I think it's the spot of the alert now, because I can kind of increase the size of the video player on OBS a bit more. But with the spot that I put it in, it's like behind the other text. Aztero, thank you very much, man. Also, welcome back. I don't think I said hi to you. But if you are here, I think you are. I would imagine you are. Thank you, man. What else do you use bots for? Obviously to do no damage runs. Like, this is a bot run right now. You didn't know. Got it plugged into the Panasonic no hit guarantee bot. My strats are firing you up. What the hell is going on right now? I have to be getting punked or something. You just come in out of nowhere, say that you're like enjoying yourself on like one of the most boring parts of the run and that the strats are getting you excited. There's definitely some camera crew like right around the corner right now. It has to be. Who did it? Who called them? Where's Ashton Kutcher? Come on. It's not real. No, I appreciate that, man. I've said before, if anyone learns from anything that is just like even I might consider basic or just the expectation in this run, that's really cool, because I'm not even like, there's some sort of bonus or positive out of something that I might find as a very insignificant part of the run. You know, we got to do it, but like I wouldn't consider anything at this part of the game super important, right? So that's really cool. If it helps you, then I hope to continue to do that. No punked, you're dead serious and godlike. This is, honestly, at this point, man, I bet you if you had the focus of trying to not get hit or not take damage and you ran the game, like, not even enough times to get a no damage run, you could get to this point pretty damn easily, and you would understand, like, that getting to this point doesn't mean too much. After this point, there's certain stuff that, yes, it would be very hard to get past that, but this is still kind of easy mode, so I appreciate it. I'd say once you get after Dancer, then yes, it would probably be hard. That's why you see most people that are starting no-hit runs, they usually get hit on Dancer on average most of the time, or right around that area, because Easy Street is kind of over at that point. And Easy Street's not even necessarily meaning that things are really easy, it just means that like they're more doable, more feasible. The weird thing is, though, the RNG is worse on Easy Street. You found that Walnir does not have legs, Rick? Has someone tested it or whatever? And like look to see if he had legs or not? What would Walnir do anyways? You mean the dude is stuck in a small area, unable to move? That's true. I thought he was just going for the push-ups, man. He was just getting some like some sets in. Some multi-grip sets, you know, but apparently he's not. He's just trying to go Vape Nation on you. Try to kill Bloodstar Beast with pairing, as you said, and you can't finish it. When he's on 20% health, he's going crazy, and you're getting out of the blood vials. Are you trying to focus on not existing in the area that it moved across? Like, you got to pay attention to the floor, and if it stepped on the floor, you can't step on that part of the floor after. You're gonna get poisoned. So you want to like move to another part of the room where it didn't walk, so you don't get poisoned. Just pay attention to like the trail, and that helps tremendously, because I mean you're just getting instantly poisoned guaranteed if you're on that spot. So you want to pay attention to that. Aztero, thank you again, man. You've been doing this for a while too, man. Like this happened again, like not too long ago. You have these like patterns that you're going for. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Can you whisper me at all? Can you show me something? Watch it when I have the time. Yeah, go for it, dude. You can put it in chat if you want to as well. You have automatic permission because you're subbed. Because you think you're so cool because you're a skeleton and stuff. You can just put links whenever you want because people are gonna be scared of you. You big bully. All these people looking scary and shit. Thinking they're tough. Thinking it's Halloween. It's not Halloween. Okay, maybe it's Halloween in like an alternate universe, and maybe you're not in this dimension. So okay, I could be wrong. I gotta get my my celestial calendar out of the Cosmo filing cabinet. I don't know. Yokohama Blues, what's up, dude? Don't you just hate when you do push-ups and suddenly you get stuck on a cursed chalice? Relatable. Yeah, that probably wouldn't happen to you. Yeah, I would, for anybody that wants to show me anything, I always recommend just giving me a whisper. And I'll try to either respond to it or I'll look at it as soon as I can remember. I might not check whispers right away, but I will look at it. I've caught up on all of the recent ones, so I will be able to see it at the top. Unless there's someone else doing something, trying to push it to the bottom or whatever, push it out of sight. Yeah, I'll definitely check it. Whisper was sent. That's a Twitter status. Oh shit, man. I was thinking it was gonna be like a YouTube link or something. Now I'm kind of wanting to check it out. Is it something that if I checked it out right now, it would be like something to look at very quick, or would it take more than like a second? Wait, where's the staff? There we go. Steve Buscemi would only use the washing pole. I had a washing pole clip that I was gonna put in one of the meme things, and I was gonna do something with it, and then I decided not to, and I'm kind of glad I did, because it probably wouldn't have lived up to its potential. And now you're making me think if I had used Steve as the inspiration, it could have been better. I don't want to spoil it for me, but it's a 2-minute investment. Okay, well. It's a tweet from Twitch. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch this. You guys, okay, is it really important? Is it something that, like, I need to see? Because now I'm getting excited, and I don't know why. Because, like, Jacobus is saying there's spoilers and shit, and it doesn't... No one ever says that kind of stuff, so now I don't know. Now I'm getting worried. Oh, man. It's probably not even a big deal, but, like, for some reason, for the fact that you said there's spoilers, I don't know. Hate how easy you make it look. Honestly, the fight on this run isn't as bad as it could be. You barely get any phase 2. If you don't have her go phase 2 early, you don't really experience too much of it.
Soul of the lost,
oh, that's awesome, dude. Nice.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
That's actually really cool.
So the world might be mended.
Pseudo, thank you very much for the Prime sub, man. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton like I have mentioned before. Now you are a spooky person. But you don't get a trumpet though, you gotta get your own. We used to give away free trumpets, but I guess like it got too expensive, so now everyone's gotta bring their own. I have mouthpieces, but I don't have the actual instruments. And you gotta have a name tag on it too, so no one steals it. If you're getting into all the doots and stuff. Yeah, Razi, I'll definitely check that out, man. That's amazing, man. They've done that for a few people that I know before, and it's cool to see them give you recognition. It probably feels really awesome too. No trumpet. Tarkus, what's up, man? That's a good combination with Lull. I never noticed that. I feel like that's like a necessary combo, like where you just have to use it that way. There's no point of using one or the other by themselves. It's got to be together. Okay, so I actually really don't have to wait for this part, but I'm just gonna let him get to the mid staircase. Just in case, because I gotta take a moment right here anyways, and he might poke me out of nowhere if I go immediately. Alright, that's good. I actually don't think you take fall damage on this part, but just in case. I honestly don't think you do on the second ledge. It looks like it could be high enough where it's the tiniest bit, though. Wyatt's Tree Ball's last ferret, so basically, it's really easy, and there's no point of putting it before something that's harder. Anything that is more likely to reset the run, I want to put as soon as possible in the run so the attempts are shorter. Especially if we're making it to the harder parts, I want to have less time to get back into the next run. So it's not really a setup that's made for a climactic finish. It's more of just like the smartest way to, you know, save the time, save that little bit of extra time. And there could even still be a little bit more shuffling. Like if I can somehow get that dagger ready and then still have the stats that I need for Half-Light, we could do DLC even sooner. But yeah, this run is the run where I gotta figure that out, because there's other items that have nothing to do with my levels that I have to be getting at certain times, and some of them are pretty expensive, so I'm not sure if I could just go and get the dagger ready early because of that stuff. There might be other reasons. We'll have to see. For the trumpet, it's for work, right? Yeah, the trumpet, you can write it off, man. Saleh, thank you for the memes on that. Good guy, Radex, I think so. Last time I checked, maybe not anymore. Maybe something happened. I don't know. I feel like things would be a lot different then. I'd be the most effective non-human ever at this point. I'd be an even bigger disgrace to whatever species or, you know, technology than a human to the human race. So I don't think I'd want that. It would be probably worse for me. Otherwise, we'd need to see better results if that was the case. Alright, so I need all of these right now. One more of those. And we are going. You know what, Jacobus? You just made me realize the name could actually work in rhythm with the song itself. I could like replace the skeletons with that, and it would still sound like it would flow really nicely still. The syllable synergy. Rayazoni, what's up? How's it going? It's gonna get pretty memey in chat, so be wary, Tarkus. Are you trying to like drop a bomb on me though? Is this like a preparation for something that you're pulling off? +9, bloody hell, you're a speedster? A speed star? Yeah, well actually the funny thing is when you speedrun, you don't actually have upgrades like I do right now as soon as we get them. Like you're actually less upgraded the entire time you're speedrunning until a certain point, so it takes longer to go and get the upgrades. It just makes some of the stuff a bit safer, obviously. Since we can't just be in Sage's face, like, doing speedrun strats and all that. I mean, we could, but it wouldn't really be smart. Paulie, I'm doing pretty good, man. Why is he running across the ledge? What the fuck? Man, I always get worried if he doesn't attack immediately, because I'm thinking there's gonna be some time where the Farron Dart hits me from, like, the blind angle across that stretch, because there's been times where he's attacked late and then one crosses over and then hits like just around the doorway when I'm exiting it, then he fires again, and I'm like, if it was something that was gonna hit me, I wouldn't be able to see because I can't look back, since there's a dude right in front of me with a spear that I gotta, you know, be quick enough to avoid, that's hiding in the corners. So it's like, oh man, I'm waiting. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm thinking that one day he's gonna get a Farron Dart and it's gonna go through the door. But I can't say I've seen him just run away like that, at least in recent time. Colleen, I'm doing pretty good. How are you today? Paulie, what's up, man? Ready for the most exhilarating Sage fight you've seen in your life? My heart's beating. My hands are shaking. Okay. I think, yeah, we have Silver Serpent on already. On NG+, the enemy's tougher or just the bosses. So basically every single thing that is AI. I don't know if this actually includes NPCs that are friendly by default, but any enemy would have more health and more damage dealt. That could also include things that aren't hostile, like lizards and shit like that, or like special cases of things, but I've never tested it. Typically, you can expect anything that you're gonna fight is gonna have more health and more damage. Think you'd be able to one-cycle that, Trusty? You would miss by a little bit. I think you'd still have like 1 or 2 swings left. Trust me, we've tried to one-cycle Sage way back, like when we first were making strats for no-hit runs. So that's the reason I do it that way right now. Because we tested many. Even if you're not seeing things that are happening, we probably tested mostly everything. A lot of things have been tested that you might never see happen in these runs, just in case, you know, just to make sure we have the best strats. And it's not like we could test everything on the planet. You know, there might be something still that's not, but there's a lot of stuff we went over for that fight to get it to a point where it's reliable. But yeah, it's fairly easy either way. Good guy, Radex, thank you for the brand new sub, man. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton man. Inhaling the salt.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Ryzie, are you friends with Aster, or do you guys know each other, like, before you got here or something? As if I didn't know any better, I would think that you're exercising favoritism. Check mark. Wow, streamer, you have people that are trying to steal your views because they're verified, giving subs to other people that are trying to steal your views, streamer. Wow. Man, thank you very much. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, Astergaster, you have also discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton, courtesy of Ryzie. Sub if you can get the video of the torch only run, Blank. There's no video for it, there's just highlights, man. You don't have to sub unless you want to. Honestly, I'd prefer that you do because you like the stream and you'd want to come back and stuff, but yeah, the torch only stuff isn't in a video, it's in individual highlights, probably towards, I don't know, maybe the middle of my highlights or something. It's definitely farther back than anything recent. But I just cut it up into the fights. Miko, what's up? Welcome back. That's a very, very pondering looking emote. I don't know. Like, the amount of depth in the thought of that face is greater than any thinking emote I have seen to this day. Like, that, the thought going on in whatever that thing's head is, like, is just, it's something at the next level, I can tell. It's beyond regular thought, and there's a very important thing that it's considering. I need to know who owns that. That's hilarious, man. DJ Tech Lab. I actually know who that is. I've never seen his emotes before. Skies, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back. Habit, you made a whole pizza. You're gonna smash it. You made one? How did you make it? Was it with like just raw ingredients, or did you have like a pre-made dough or something? How about your emotes, Ryzie? Honestly, I noticed when you came in, you used some of them. They look really nice. Like, they pop quite a bit with the amount of small details, especially the one with the bird. Or, well, I guess there might be more than one with the bird, but the one that has the, it looks like a happy face, kind of. Or, like, the laughing one. There's a lot of small stuff on that pops pretty well. Oh, it's called Lulluck. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like them. They remind me of the art style of, like... It's almost, it reminds me of the art style in, like, older Pokemon cards, kind of. Like, know how some of them were, like, I don't know, it wasn't the same style for every single thing they made, but there were certain ones that were, like, illustrated versions of, like, the graphic designed ones. So there's ones that were made, like, probably with a computer that someone didn't illustrate, or it wasn't as noticeably illustrated, like, by hand, but they almost look like the ones that are illustrated by hand on the cards. Like, for example, there's a Dragonite for reference that it wasn't like computer generated, but it looked like someone had drawn it by hand, and it reminds me of that with the way it's shaded and everything. Okay, we need to get out of here really quick, get the dagger on. Okay, I keep forgetting at this part we don't actually have to continue to do the dash. We're gonna get late mud on this. Oh no. I don't think I've ever seen this giant go this far and then do the mud at this point, so if he did, I'd be really shocked, but you never know, man. Like, he's not even supposed to go that far. Usually backs off. But I guess that is, it could be a possibility unless he just isn't told to attack there. Star Wars, have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you for the good luck. I'll try and enjoy your food, man. Did I live stream my first DS3 playthrough, Vision? I did for the beginning, and then there's too many spoilers for me to want to continue it, so I probably got through about half the game on stream, and then I just got really frustrated with people telling me stuff. So I took a few days, and then I came back again and streamed the end of it, but I just wanted to get to the part where it was that I had found everything that I could find with no spoilers. And then after I'd beaten Cinder and then it said that I could go to New Game Plus, I was like, okay, now I will allow people to give me hints and heads up on stuff that I missed that I couldn't find. So it was kind of like a sandwich. There was like this in-between part from Pontiff to Cinder where I didn't want anyone telling me what to do because there was a lot of spoilers thrown out. Luckily I didn't catch like some of the worst ones, but there was some that I caught and I got kind of mad because I don't like that stuff. But it's my fault for streaming it, and I learned that. Like, sub-only mode wasn't enough. But then again, it's my decision. Okay, I think I might have done one split too many there again. Didn't I? Streamer needs to unsplit, let's see. Oh, I did two too many. Okay. That's not good. There we go. Is this modded DS3 credible? No, this is regular DS3, man. Don't remember it looking this good. This is just the PC version on like medium to high settings. Why do you use the Crystal Soul Sage there? Just so I don't have to sell it later, because I have to wait the same amount of time there anyways, so just getting that over with. One less thing to do once we're in Firelink. Stress balls? Yeah, it's to de-stress the run. I like that reasoning a lot better. Wait, actually, we don't even want that ring right now. Shubis, yeah, dude. Yeah, no jumps. Just for like a idea of what I'm going for, I'm just gonna practice right now how I'm gonna switch back to my thumb once it's safe. But basically, I'm gonna just hold it in a way where there's no way I can actually put force downwards at all. I'm just gonna have my index like on the outside, so I couldn't push the button even if I tried to, because it's so fucking annoying doing that. And usually it's cool enough where you don't have to make a conscious effort to always assess that, but apparently there it is. Died at that spot over 20 times. Do you mean on Deacons? Yeah, normally Deacons, it's kind of just based around figuring out the trick, right? Like how the system works when they switch. It's just kind of a gimmick. But Cathedral itself, though, I was there for hours, man. I was there for probably like, before I even found Deacons, from getting to the like right after Sage was at least a few hours, and there was still other stuff in Cathedral to go back to later as well. So like, it's just a really big area if you go everywhere in it. Oh, the watchdog on the bridge, Pontiff Beast. Okay, yeah. I can see how you'd have problems with it. Pontiff Beast took me probably about an hour or so. I think I had like a +4. I had the Deprived Club at +4, and I was using... I think I used a couple lightning resins, and then I ran out of them. So I just did it with the regular buff on it, and it did take a while. I think the problem was, though, I wasn't actually hitting him from the front like I am now, so I probably could have staggered him still. I just didn't hit his face because he was always trying to, you know, obviously bite you, and his head's giant, so you try to stay behind, but then his head reaches behind him pretty easily, and that's kind of the catch. So, but the good thing is I refused to progress until I killed him. I think part of that was because I thought you had to, but at the same time, I didn't run away from him and just continue through, so I actually got something out of it. I got the ring and everything. Didn't really understand how it worked, but got that experience still. And quite a bit of souls, too. 17. Honestly, dude, I did something pretty disappointing earlier, so we're trying to make up for that right now, but it's going all right, man. How are you? Just had the best Spear of the Church fight, Olaf. Give me your luck on that, please. Like, let's just trade for a bit. What gem do I have as my infusion? That is a sharp gem.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Blank, thank you very much for the brand new sub, man. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton, dude. Appreciate that. Des Oxyribos, what's up, man? You're kind of lucky doing it one try with more or less no trouble. Yeah, I think it really just depends on your weapon at that point. I definitely didn't have a lot of upgrades when I got there. I think +4 would have been okay, but yeah, it wouldn't have even been enough if I hit him on the head a couple times to stun. I probably would have had to hit his nose at least like 3 or 4 times. So, like, and then if you're not going for the stun, the only other good thing for that is fire, and I didn't use fire. Agent, how the runs today? I don't know, man. We're still kind of trying to determine that. I feel like we need to give it another 30 minutes to an hour to see, and then we can look back on it. What the hell? Was that actually Ivan, dude? Man, did you just actually do that? Ivan, you can't fucking go on your cruise shit. Go on your trips. Fucking work for like that long. Be away from your family. Be away from your home, you know. Fucking putting in the hours. Sacrificing parts of your life. Then come back here and the first thing you do is that. That's absolutely nuts, man. And I'm the one that should be doing, you know, getting the preparations made for your return because you're one of the best mods that anyone could have. So, you can't just do that. That's nuts, man. Unannounced out of nowhere. And you haven't even been here because you couldn't. And it's like, now you're here and that's, no. That's nuts, man. That's absolutely insane. Jesus, dude. How long were you gone for in total? Because before it was like 7 months, right? So, I think you mentioned, did you say that you were staying longer this time around? Because I know it's been more than 7 months at this point. I know for a fact. I know when you popped in, it's been like here and there. But yeah, how was your experience overall? Did you get to see any cool places? That's fucking ridiculous, man. Jesus. Ivan! Ugh. That's right, I'm gonna use that to give Miyazaki the good old one too. Maybe even a 3-4 if we get there.
So the world might be mended.
Armin Sela. Thank you for using your Prime sub. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, Armin Sela, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton now. For that is what you are. Initially. 6 months total, plus or minus 2 days. It wasn't 7 months. Okay, well, it feels like it's been way longer, dude. That's crazy, man. You went to Hollywood and Universal Studios and stuff, had some fun days. Okay, so it's not all just work then. You actually got to do some cool shit. Man, I'm honestly, I have a lot of respect for you doing that, man. Mainly because the sacrifice of not being able to be home, like you can never actually be in your real home, so that's insane, man. Like, just the intentions of coming back and doing that after that much time, that's, like, honestly, above and beyond, not even important, but that's just nuts. 70+ hour weeks. Well, yeah, because you're like living where you work pretty much. So in a way, you always are technically on the job. Well, you're not necessarily like getting, you know, you're not doing the work all the time, but you're in your workplace while you're sleeping even. So, but yeah, I have a lot of respect for that, man. It's most people wouldn't want to do that because of the sacrifice of not being able to go back home. So it's really cool. Where the fuck did the chunks come from? We picked them up after Dancer. Tide Pod Heart's so vibrant. Man, so what is your plan now that you're back? Are you gonna just relax for a while and stuff like that? Like how does that feel? You gotta explain it to me. Are you excited? Are you actually missing being away and stuff? Like aside from stream stuff, but just like in general with your own life and stuff? Like how does that feel to return? Free time not included. That's crazy, man. Well, I wasn't trying to say that like any hour you were awake, that I was counting that as like leisure time. I was saying that when you're sleeping, you're still technically in your workplace, so you're always in that environment no matter how many hours you're actually doing stuff or getting clocked, right? So I'm gonna focus on some studies and paperwork, probably stick around till mid-May. I see. So is that gonna be like a thing you go back to again? All right, now we have what we need. Did I level? I guess I leveled enough. Let's see if we can get one more. Yeah. Because we got a lot of the stuff from patches, so we don't have to go back to them again.
Sorry, but I had to leave for a while, and you messed up the Squilluminati run. Scrub.
Yeah, String, I did, dude. But hey, you know what? We're even... this run's still technically better than that now, so... And we're making good time with it, too. 116 on Pontiff is pretty crazy. I think that if we do this right, if there's no runbacks on Aldrich, we could get like a 145 any percent. So let's pay attention to that and see. But anyways, thank you very much, dude. Welcome back. Meme run dying. Surveil, what's up, man? The last few years, yes, you'll be on ships as much as per year as home, if not more. Okay, well, I hope that it gives you good experiences and helps you in the future, man. But yeah, I still have to say that the most admirable part is just like that time away, I think. But it's cool though. I guess in a way it could teach you how to like focus on something where you're not distracted by you don't have the ability to be distracted by something, so you can actually, you know, focus on your shit, and then end that chapter when you're finished, come back and enjoy everything else after. Will the character be your Valentine Boltstruck? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's safe. You might actually stop breathing too. Maybe there's a reason this character looks like it's not breathing, and maybe anybody around it is at risk of not breathing once it's close. Maybe that Pontiff Knight got really aggressive towards me and then just stopped in his tracks before he attacked because he's like, I could feel the suffocation field. It's nearing. I can't breathe. You know, like you never get to see these things, but maybe that's what happened right there. Hello, Dice. What's up, dude? Still fun after doing all these runs. In a different type of way, yes, it is, man. There's definitely some things that change, but it most certainly is, man. And it's more fun in certain ways that it couldn't be before as well. It's just it's the same thing. It's just a different type of spin on it, I guess. Because then you have expectations and goals that you're trying to meet. So, I mean, there has to be some negatives to go into that because obviously some of these tasks are not, you know, just free for you to get whenever you want, but you get more reward than you could from anything else. So it's like that, as long as you're understanding you're paying that price of having to have some struggle, it's definitely even more enjoyable in some ways, or just as overall, you know. Wait, I need to spook right here instead. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard to kind of like focus on the positives as much as the negatives with this because the positives aren't really even extra, they're just expected. Like, I expect that I have to do, you know, a certain amount of things perfect, and if I don't, then it's a negative. So it's like when something goes right, I'm not really rewarding myself on that. It's more of just like, it's how it's supposed to be, and that's why I could probably convey that it's not exciting, but I mean, that's only just to be efficient so I can focus on the main goal, get it done, and then after that, that's going to last forever. You know, everything that I've done on this, I'm never going to not feel satisfied about it. It was something that didn't even just, you know, get done on the game, but there was a lot of experience in that taught me some things, even just mentally, you know, with if you have a task, how to, you know, not let it get to you too much. So, I mean, it taught me some structure with that kind of stuff in your thought process. Why unequip weapons before the parry? You can't actually parry unless you don't have a weapon in your other hand. Otherwise, it would do the weapon art. Risey, honestly, dude, you've been here like for like how long? Maybe an hour or something. saying that after an hour might you might regret it, dude. I don't know. Just in case, I just want to say maybe give it like a little bit more time. So I'm worried about you. I feel like you might get like excited and then there's a bad day or there's something that's terrible that happens once, which is inevitable, and then you're like, no, this is the worst place ever. This sucks. But yeah, thanks, man. That's I don't have no idea how that works, but okay. I mean, I can relate in the way that it's happened to me, where there's been streamers that, and it doesn't happen often at all. It's very, very hard to find this, where you don't actually have to be there for too long, but you just have that instant. It's almost like you skip all the in-between stuff of like going back and like watching them do different things to kind of have an idea of how much you like their channel. You just instantly know. It's like, you know, so if that's what's going on, then I appreciate it, but do not be fooled. You're here on a particular event where I haven't made a mistake since you've gotten here, so it might just feel more exciting. Which, I mean, that's good, but you gotta prepare yourself for the letdowns too. Get some Dragon Slayer Great Bow flashbacks. Man, that run was so good except for Gale and except for Gravetender, and I didn't think those would be the fights that would actually make me salty. Why don't you use a shield instead of your hand in the offhand retro? Because I've been used to it, man. I just do it that way. It's a little bit more hardcore in a way, and I mean the parry shield, like for me, because I use Shield of 1 on this, yes, I can't say there's no shields allowed in the inventory, but at the same time, I would be intentionally handicapping the parries by putting a shield on. The amount of extra frames I would get would actually make it so that I would know when I'm not actually hitting the parry perfectly, and then still get away with it, and I wouldn't like that at this point. I want it to be the same as it was before. It's more exciting. It's the way I've done it. I mean, the parry shield would be the same thing because it's the same animation. It's just even better frames, but I just don't want to do that. You know, I feel like it's our thing now, so. And there's no reason to. I mean, if I'm not hitting the timing, I'm not hitting the time. It's my fault. There shouldn't be any kind of like workarounds for that, unless that's the way it's always was supposed to be from the beginning. You know, at this point, there's no point of worrying about that kind of stuff. It's not working out the right way. It's for a reason. It's because I'm not doing it properly. And I don't like that whole. You can tell when you've made an error, but then it still works on the shield. And it's not like you're making an error for that weapon, but you'd be making an error in the sense of how perfect the parry was, because it gives you more leniency. So yeah, that would bother me a little bit at this point. Unless it was 100% necessary and I was parrying something that was so hard to do. And there's nothing that's like impossible. It's all very doable with my own, you know, practice and focus on it. You might get the one cycle. Yes, okay, we got it. That attack is gold on this. It's the best thing that can happen. Only the recovery out of that little hook or like U-turn is enough to actually give you the one cycle on this, unless you got really lucky on something before that, or the fight was being weird or something. So that's good. Mary T, what's up? Welcome back. Penguin Exorcist, what's going on? Not timing, Small Raz. There's no like actual timer set for it or anything, but I've looked at the game time a little bit just to see what the pace is like. I mean, a goal that would be nice to have, you know, most of the time would be getting under 2 hours for any percent. That would help a lot.
So the world might be mended.
Because on average, I would say 2.5 hours for any percent still okay, but I mean, cutting out that extra half hour is not gonna hurt you at all. It's gonna help you get another run started if you have to reset or something. So I mean, we're gonna be cutting this run down over an hour and a half, I think, in the end. If the run that it happens on is fast, it could be cut down over an hour and a half compared to the same thing with without the other sources of damage counting, you know. 16K, thank you for the brand new sub, man. I'm gonna thank you for that properly right after this, so I can pay attention to this part. Alright, my timing on that was pretty good. It could have probably been a bit later, and it wouldn't have really mattered too much. I had some wiggle room right there, but it's pretty good. Skip the homeward bones because of, you know, just to have that extra time in case. Okay. Anyways, I think it was 16k, right? 16k house, thank you very much for the brand new sub, man. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton man. Creepy Penguin, welcome back, what's up? Hyped on the Red Bull, Farbster. Dude, I actually saw them on front page again, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, but there was like a snowboarding thing they were doing. It's pretty cool. I think that's what it was, I'm pretty sure, but it's pretty interesting, man. I'm assuming you were there for that, because you're big on that stuff. So every time you come in and ask me, was I there, did I see the most recent thing, that I did see that, so there you go. V-Lomp, honestly, it better be pretty good for the you know, the fact that it is pretty good hardware, but it's not set up the best it could be. There's still one thing I'm missing. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it yet. I kind of like the way that I fine-tuned some of the extra stuff as it is now, but it could sound a lot better, to be honest. It's not powered to the point where it could be, so I can remove the post-process things, like the compression and all that. Yeah, it's already turned on there, so didn't have to switch the Silver Serpent. For the Olympics in Pyeongchang, sorry, for caps, that's okay, man. Your name is in caps and matches, at least. Senpai, welcome back, dude. How's it going? Alright, so right here, levels, and then check in for the fire bombs. Since it's 0 damage and not no hits, does Yorm Stomp count as damage? It doesn't count as damage, but I'm not going to allow it, though. There's an extra preference on top of the damage that I'm not allowing my staggers, or allowing anything to stagger me. So, technically, no, it's not damage, but I'm not going to allow it still. Because I've done a pretty decent job at avoiding staggers before, so they're really not the biggest deal. You have to put yourself in silly situations where you probably would take damage as well, or be at risk of just not really having a good approach to the run if you were gonna get staggered. And if one happens randomly, I'm still gonna count it, you know, because they're avoidable. Why not make it, you know, that as well?
Ashen Monk.
Well, very that.
You, 16K House, Aster, and Kilm are all from India. We are part of the stream team, and we're slowly bringing every other streamer from India here. Why? Because we are all in love with it. Razi, that's actually cool. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know Kilm streamed either. Am I saying... Dude, honestly, Kilm... you should have told me. You should have said something about it. Damn, like... You should have mentioned it. Why didn't you? We could have taken over the universe together. It's too late now, though. It's unfortunate. Or there are other plans. No, but that's really cool. I didn't know that. So what's the name of the team? Also, I'm gonna have to follow you now. There you go. So are you guys like friends outside of Twitch, or did you just all like find each other's streams and stuff? Ashen one, was she laughing at you? Probably. Everyone in Firelink probably shit talks you while you're gone, so I'm not surprised. We're like, oh, buying 700 alluring skulls, what a fucking scrub. I remember when I used to try to fucking not get hit in this game. Pleb. Only levels Dex, like, it's like there's like this Fire Keeper Ashen one confidentiality act, and like as soon as you're gone, she just like rips up the fucking agreement and then like starts like whispering to other people, be like, yo, he just leveled Dex 70 times, what a fucking idiot. Imagine. Anyways. Barky, what's up? How's it going, dude? The team is Indian broadcasters, you and Kilm are brothers. Okay, I see. Well, awesome, man. I'm assuming Kilm showed you the channel, so if that's the case, I appreciate it. It's really cool of you to do, man. Thank you. I'm gonna actually just take this slot off. There we go. Pemijor, what's up? Welcome back. Really good RNG at the end. Actually beat the Pilgrims, so we don't have to worry about switching anything. It's good. People in Firelink obviously don't talk to each other. You think they don't? Any idea why everyone ends their sentences with a laugh? It always happens. I don't know, dude. It's kind of one of those things where you probably read things so fast you can't actually take in the humor until you're done it, so that laugh happens late in the sentence because you're trying to catch up with everything, so you're not thinking that much of what you're reading until the end. That's probably how it happens. At least that's how I could think of it with me. Like, I probably am just realizing it's funny at the very end of the sentence. Whereas if you read it first and then thought about it, then reread it or whatever, you know, you'd laugh first, but I might not have time to do that, so yeah. Unless I just was stopping constantly. So I probably is just a bad habit formed around that or something. And yeah, I do agree. A lot of people do that. Definitely. Are the people who made this game British, Vinegar Bob? No. Why? Because the accents, the NPCs or something?
soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Squill smug.
Hermit, thank you for the 5 months in a row. Welcome back. How have you been lately? I haven't actually seen your Zelda stuff for a while. How's that going? Coming in with a smug. How long until an angry voice hit everything run? Oh my god, dude. That was honestly harder to do than actually probably being mad. I never want to, I'm removing that from the list of modifiers. If we ever do anything again like that in the future, I'm not having that included again. It was such a bad idea. Such a bad idea, man. I should have just picked like a mod that would have just made me mad anyways and then called it, you know, restricting like this or that and then resulting in anger. That would have been better. Rather than having to pretend to. What area has the most cheap hits, Dan? Well, it's not really about cheap. It depends what you mean by cheap. Like, what would be your definition of cheap? It's probably important to establish first what you mean by that. Because saying something would be cheap would be implying that it was not fair, right? So, what exactly would be a definition of that? Or what you would think of when you think of that? Wallet, can you be a mod? Honestly, man, I can't say that in this lifetime you will ever be a mod, but I also can equally say I don't know if you will be. You might be. You might never be. I do know that if I make someone a mod, though, I don't make them a mod just because they ask. It helps to know that people have interest, but it's not just as simple as asking, so I'll keep that in mind, especially if you're here for into the future and stuff like that, but who knows, man. If I need more moderators, who knows? I mean, there's much more than that. If you want to know what makes a good mod, you got to demonstrate, you know, the things that a mod would do. So helping people without really being asked to, being active in chat to a certain degree and being here probably majority of the week if you can. Not for every hour of the stream, but just like at least like most days out of the week if you can. But I mean, we already have so many awesome mods that if anyone ever seriously wanted to be a mod, it wouldn't be me not choosing them because I just am biased to certain people. It would literally just be that we have so many that are perfect for their time zones and when they can be here, that it might even just be a matter that someone gets picked because their time zone allows them to be here at a time that you couldn't be, even if you're both, you know, good mod material, because there's so many people that would make good mods, they just don't need to be, you know. John, what's up? Yeah, because there was the case where I was mentioning before, if you ever have interest in being a mod, just shoot me a message, and I got a lot of messages about that, but I want to make it clear that, like, even if you were someone that had interest and would make a good mod, you might not be a mod. Not for any reason other than, you know, it could just be other factors, like, again, the time frame or the time zone was one of the bigger ones.
Ashen 1.
Okay. So we got the plus 10. You're drunk, make you a mod. That's a compelling argument. I have to agree with you now. How could I refuse? You make it so tempting. Like, I think the factor that you just outright demanded it too, it's just like, damn, I'm probably gonna have to do it now. Mod job is overrated, especially in larger streams. Exactly. Actually, that's a really good point too. So not only is it the fact that, I mean, you have more responsibility no matter what because you're signing up to, you know, take into, you know, other things in your hand than just watching the channel. You're gonna be someone that from time to time is expected, if there's a situation where someone needs to be banned or you need to give someone a permit or you need to you know, put a link in chat to explain something or use a command that other people might not know about, and be aware of all these other things. You know, you're actually doing more, you're putting in more effort, so you just have to be the type of person that would already put in that effort in my eyes. So that would make it the most sensible choice, so you're not feeling forced that you have to do all that stuff because you're already that type of person. But then furthermore, the larger the channel you become a mod in, the harder it is. And some people even have like an actual job as being the mod where they're getting paid to be the moderators because the amount of effort and work they have to put in on that level is so much it actually is a job. So I mean, like, that's... It gets even worse, like, you know, the more relevant the channel is with being a mod, so... the way I've always put it is, like, not being a mod could possibly be the best thing you could do. It could be, especially if, like, if it's just the case you want to be able to fuck around and get away with it. I mean, like, you're not going to be able to fuck around and get away with it as a mod, necessarily. So, it's not for that, you know, you're not going to be benefited that way. And if you already are enjoying the channel and you've been there before without getting banned, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, being at risk of getting banned because you're not a mod or something. So there's no other advantage other than you're just, you know, there's more responsibilities in the mods repertoire of, like, what they can do. They have more tools, but at times it's expected that someone's going to use them to help the situation. So do you want to be that person or do you not? Also, this has got to be put to this slot. Okay, let's go. Shizzle, what's up, dude? That's a scary looking bird. Play a new Shadow of the Colossus yet? Just finished New Love It Camelot. I haven't yet. We will be playing it later on in February, though. I wanted to wait after the release, but then I realized that if I want to get this run by the time I get back from my trip that I'm going on for a week, I want to be able to, like, you know, get really good progress before I leave so I can come back and have it a little bit easier, because we're probably going to have to de-rust to a degree, but I want to keep it simplified that way. So if I did Shadow first, I'd feel kind of, you know, sad that I wouldn't be able to play more Shadow right after I beat it, because I want to beat it and then do speedruns right away. So yeah, it would allow me to be able to just jump into that right after without having to wait in between and all that stuff. So gameplay is so smooth it relaxes you before bed. Nice. The gameplay relaxes you. I've never heard that before. Never heard of that in my life. You might be the only person on this planet that has said that to anybody.
So the world might be made.
Man, the frames make me want to sleep. Like, I don't know how to imagine that, but yeah. Bixie, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton, Bixie. You're a bird now? Wait, is the first emote that you have another version of Ila Pablo? Okay, it is. That's why it looked familiar. Because I didn't think it was a horse, it looked like a bird, but the color was different than the regular Pablo, because the head shape and the face and everything was the same. So it is just another Pablo. When am I leaving, Jackson? On the 14th. So in a handful of days. I'll be talking more about it beforehand and stuff. There also is a letter that any sub would have gotten, but I'll also put that information back out there again. What? There's nothing that's going to really change too much other than there's going to probably be at least 2 to 3 days off at the max, and then there's going to be shorter streams, and then most streams would be Bloodborne if they're just me by myself, and if there's anything with anyone else, then we'll do some DS3 or some DS1 probably. Maybe even different games, I don't know, we'll see. There's a bunch of other people, so we're going to have to figure out what everyone wants to do. But you can depend on Bloodborne quite a bit, and then again, there's going to be some days where we're not live, and also all the times when I'm live might be completely different than usual. So I might be live like really late for no reason, or super early in the morning for no reason. So you have to expect that too. But yeah, and then after that, everything will go back to how you usually expect it. Okay, so we need to save at least one of these for Wyvern for Chain Snack, so I can use the second phase Gold Pine Resin. First, it's got to be the Dark. Alright, that's any percent, so we did a little bit better. It's a pretty shitty fight, actually. That was a very shitty fight. Phase 2 was kind of normal, but Phase 1 sucked on that. So bad. Thank you for the GGs. Any reason for not using RTSR and playing with low HP? This is a no damage run, Novakin. I can't have my health bar drop below 100%. So, can't do that on this. That would be the reason. Alright, so now we're gonna level a little bit more. And... you know what, actually I think we just literally just put in levels, that's it. At this point. Would I reset now if I got hit Hanuta? I'd probably continue. Anything that's close to an any percent's good enough for me, but most of any percent should be no hit or flawless before we even consider continuing, because it's just kind of like a thing that has to happen now. There's no excuse. Eventually it's going to have to be everything, obviously, so any percent at the minimum is kind of expected to be flawless or near flawless. No more stamina. I'm going to put in a bit more stamina. I usually get up to like 25. I could rock the same amount that I got now for the rest and we would be fine. There's nothing that requires a certain amount beyond this, I would say, but it helps a bit more on certain things to have the extra bit. But yeah, I will be cranking it up to 25 eventually. What do you use to track the hits, Banana? All you have to do is type in ! hit counter and it should tell you. We'll give you a link to the website. Dice, what's up, man? Until after, okay, so now Dice is even learning. He came in here after being away for a while, and then was saying like, oh, you know what, like this is it, and then now he's realizing. We've got the message across. Dice has evolved. Anyways, how have you been, man? What's up? Duck, what's going on? Character looks sick, Odom. Yeah, it's something about like the mouth, man. If you took off the lower half of the face, it'd be fine, but something with the mouth. Okay, the ring's already switched beforehand on this, so I took care of that. That's good. Biggest run killer, Tyro? There hasn't been anything in particular that I've noticed to be a run killer on this. I mean, run killer would be based off results, right? Not just based off of your biggest challenge, because your biggest challenge might not actually kill you enough to be the run killer. Like, challenging things aren't the only things that kill me. Like, anything can, so I can't really gauge it other than picking whatever is the most consistent thing the run fails to, and I don't think at this point I've paid attention to that. So I'm not sure. Might have to wait.
Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid. You are a child of Kratos. What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself.
Okay, we got the one cycle on that. His phase one was really, really bad, but we got rewarded with the one cycle because of how bad the phase one was. Like, it kind of progressed it enough to be able to have that stamina and everything. Rod Horse, welcome back, dude. All bosses, no stamina loss run yet. That's the next goal, dude. Don't use one fraction of stamina on anything. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I used to remember this dude being at the corner. It must be because we somehow wasted more time before opening that door or something, but he's always been at the same spot now. Turco, I don't know, man. I've never heard of that before. Gonna have to ask somebody that that knows what you mean, this foreign dialect. Using glitches like Spook quit out. No, there's no skips or glitches for this. Alright, so I want the bundle. I want this before that. Wait, did he give me more than one large Titanite right there? I didn't see the number on it. I like skipped it right away. What the fuck was that? Go get Gundyr blindfolded. Well, you know what we can do? We can hire Savy to do the Gundyr fight, and then if she screws up, then it's not on me. We'll do that. That would be a pretty crazy run, like no hit run, but every time you get to Gundyr, someone random comes in a blindfold and does it. Does like a relay with you and just tosses the controller and just fucking does it blindfolded. What does damage mean, Turco? I don't know. I've never heard of that before either, man. No clue. Alright, we're getting memed a little bit right there. He did one cancel I've never seen before as well. But not a dangerous thing. Unless I was like really close, but by default I gotta keep a range, so. If I was going for like regular strats, that might have been a little bit weird for some people. But most people probably have no idea what I'm talking about, so that's fine. More watch how you approach setbacks and such more convince you that you could have been top 3 in getting over it. I don't have a doubt that I mean anybody could be top 3 in getting over it. Any human on the planet can do it. If they're physically able to do something and their brain works, there's no debilitations that prevent them to do something. Anyone can do anything. I could be #1 on getting over it. Could be #1 on any game. Okay, except for when we get to the point where there's biological, you know, advantages like the APMs, so I'm not going to include StarCraft or anything like that, but you know, anything that can be learned, anything that's based off learning alone, you could definitely do. But yeah, I don't have any interest in speedrunning getting over it, mainly because I really enjoyed my first playthrough and I want to remember it that way and not start to hate the game beyond that for other reasons. So, I mean, I like it, but I don't love it enough to take it to that point. I feel like that game already kind of gives you that experience enough itself. So I don't think I'd ever speedrun it, man. But well, yeah, I appreciate what you're suggesting though. Pause the clip. It was only 1 shard. Oh, okay, never mind. Will I be #1 in skate? Probably not. Probably not. APM is biological. Yeah, there's biological circumstances that can give you a higher actions per minute rating. So there is a case where there's someone that was like pretty big. I believe it was in StarCraft. It might have been Dota or something. I don't know. It was one of those, and they were saying that basically it's not even a matter of how much he knows or how much time he's practiced. It's just like there's a distinct biological advantage that's going on, where anything that requires an actions per minute kind of calculation, or like where you're doing better if you can do more things per minute in terms of inputs, you would excel just biologically, just based off the conditions he was born with, right? Where other people can't actually get to that level because they have limitations biologically. So like he wasn't necessarily smarter or anything, but he was able to actually play the game better because he could do more inputs per minute from the conditions that he was born with. So yeah, there is. Is Korean biological? I don't know. Again, I'll try to find the article about it and I'll put it in a command or something, or I'll give it to people in Discord or whatever. But it was interesting. I mean, there's nothing to say that you couldn't like train your ass off until you get to that point, but like it might take you so much longer than that person, right? And this isn't a matter of that. Like you don't have to worry about APMs on this or many games, so that's why I was trying to alienate those, because they're very unique in that way. So for before Wyvern, I don't actually think there's anything else other than levels again. We gotta get the Ash on the way. And we already have our 70 decks, so I'm just gonna stick with this. We have our skulls, okay. And I have my 1 lightning resin left. Some people can't react as fast as others can. It's not actually reaction based, it's just inputs. So the amount of things you can do, the amount of clear and concise inputs you can make logically in a minute, you know, it's not about reacting to something happening. Like it's just the amount of things you can do, so you can play the game at a better efficiency because you'd be able to do more things that other people aren't physically able to in that type of game. It doesn't apply to a lot of stuff, but for those I would have to exempt that because it's not just about being good or putting time at that point. But not everyone is that lucky, so for the majority of people playing it, it would just be about practice and comprehension and stuff. Army, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Ninja, no, this is what we're doing right now. Koreans own StarCraft. Yeah, I feel it's kind of sad that you have to kind of say it that way, but I mean, as long as we're not implying that like your nationality gives you an advantage, because that's definitely not the case. It's probably just the regime and stuff, you know, the structure, the scene over there as well. I mean, if you're playing against people that are better, that you can't have access, or that other people don't have access to play, there's no way you can learn those things unless you're experiencing that stuff. So that's where the bot thing, that the AI thing from Elon Musk would help in those kinds of scenes, because if you're not able to actually face off against people that would give you the best learning experience, you can at least generate something that is good in that competitive environment, you know. But I don't even play those, so some of the things I'm saying, like I'm sure there's people that play them that know better about every little detail with that, so I don't want to overstep. What is this speech about? Frank, oh, we're just talking about like APMs and stuff, like actions per minute in competitive, like RTAs and MOBAs and stuff like that. Do you know about sea slugs born unisex that fight with their penises to try to get the other one? No, I've never heard of that before. Since when is that a thing? What's the name of the sea slug? What's the actual name of it? It's SOO in innovation during GSL though. Smooth Buns, what's up? How's it going? I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Can you clarify what that means? Would this be world's first? Yes, it would. Why are you so wise? This isn't wise. I'm just giving my opinion on something that it's just a story, you know. None of this information is shit that I came up with. This is stuff that's just actually happened. It's just the way it is. All right. Let's reload that. So that's the first crash out Wyvern. That's where I would usually expect it to be if it wasn't a random spot on that loading screen. The second one would either be at the latest by the tree on the stairs, or DLC 2, probably after Demon Prince, like you would get on a speed run, but you only had one before. We didn't actually get through an entire run since the 5, though. So, I don't know. Did the 5 hit have second crash? I'm gonna think. Xeon, what's up? Koreans got good. Well, okay, as long as we're not saying, like, when people say Koreans dominate that scene, it's like, as long as you're not saying because they were born, you know, Korean or something, you know, it's more of just, like, the circumstances of practice and, you know, who's accessible to you. If all the players in Korea are, like, leading, you can play more people in your area that are better. You're gonna have to travel across the sea or, like, you know, I guess, organize some sort of, like, LAN match or online match. If you're not in that place, like you can't get advice directly from people the same way as easily. So I mean, it's more accessible to be good, not necessarily that you're just born to be better or anything. But in some cases, again, there is that
streams
with certain individuals. Shizzle, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Also, this is the first time we've done this where this guy's not chasing me. That's nice. Appreciate the courtesy. Having an allergic reaction to something? You pop in and you see an any percent. Daxter, what's up, man? Did Cinder no hit proud? Thank you very much. Hey. And the mentality is very different there. Exactly, yeah. Just the environment, the situation you're in there. The norms for, like, you know, or expectations you might have or other people might have themselves could affect you. It's like you could put someone that's capable of something really good, like, by themselves, and, like, that's all up to them. But if you put them with other people that are just as capable and they're all, like, wanting to go and do crazy shit, they're gonna just keep trying to one-up each other or, like, just push each other more than that person could have. So you're inevitably going to have really good results. And that's the same here, too. But, like, it just might not be to the same degree or the same specifics that produce those results. But I hate when people are like, oh yeah, if you're Asian, you're just good at games. Like, that's definitely not. There's no such thing as that. That doesn't make any sense. It could be the results that you are from there, and you just had a different type of experience that led you to that. Why don't you do the jump skip here? I agreed on not doing it for this run. So we're gonna be doing it the normal way. Mini-Me, you stand there to wait for them to die, so you can go in and there's no enemies. And then you have to wait for the right timing as well. Or wait for, you know, a decent chance. You've beaten the full game before, but you can't do it this time, meta. Oh, you're having trouble beating it again, is that what you mean? Well, you might have just got some lucky situations on the first time through, man. That's the beauty of the RNG and all the variety, you know. I've said that before. You could have a first playthrough, figure out that something was a certain way for you, but then it's completely different the next time, unless you really know everything and understand why it's, you know, worse for you or whatever. And that's cool, man. It gives you some more longevity, some more replayability, more of a reason to feel like that, you know, that thing that was getting you down is still a problem, and learn more about it.
My man, haven't been around at all lately, but I sincerely hope you're being well. So, happy 12th month.
That was a really memey fight, wow. Just Fan, is this a boss fight? We were getting to the boss, but pretty much, yeah.
I smell the PB, nothing more, nothing less.
What is happening?
Now that this is starting to look like a run, I wanted to personally commend your steadfast devotion and unwavering determination. You have repeated proving yourself to be an exemplary streamer and worthy of the highest honors. You truly are the best Dark Soulser on this channel.
See, I like the ending part of that because it's almost like, it's like I am the best this in my like room, or like I am the best like fucking Souls player in like this 1 square kilometer. It's so true. Thank you, man. Dice, thank you very much as well. Appreciate that. That's totally not necessary. You guys are absolutely crazy. As long as that is straight and put out there, that is all. But Subaru, your message has never been more true and never been more, or I guess never I don't know. There's a lack of bullying there. I like it. I feel less bullied. Yeah, Turgo, I know, right? Like it's some sort of like really, really popular fucking platform that people actually use. Like, what is this? Silly, man.
Jinx.
Wow. Oh, of course, I shouldn't have said anything. I said thank you, and that's what happens. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for the jinx, man. Okay, now we're gonna have to worry about this shit happening, because this is a thing right here. You saw that. That could have been a thing. I got Pontiff to 10% first try, and you're thinking not that hard, needed 70 more tries after that. Yeah, you might just have like one good run with something, because you got good RNG. Or whatever you were trying worked out really well, you know. In all seriousness, though, you're definitely one of the best PvE players in this game, if not the very best, Scarl. I appreciate it, man. I don't think it's really about that, though. I don't feel there's a way to even measure that, because there's no competition, really. It's just a very individualized thing. So it's almost like saying someone that likes to, you know, comb their hair is better at combing their hair than the other person is when they have different hair, or like, you know, there's a different idea going on. It's a very individual thing that is not going on a leaderboard of any sort. So yeah, I appreciate it though. What does PB mean? PB is personal best. And also I gotta replace this right here. Okay, I'm gonna double check if anything else is being pulled by me doing that. I don't think there's even any other enemies in this place until we go forward, but just in case, because I went really far. Okay. Oh wait, we need Chloranthy doesn't even matter. I pointed that out before. Can't really utilize it. Alright, we saved some skulls. That's good. Doxy, thank you very much, man, for chilling. I hope you have a good sleep. Oh, we got Circle Dude again. You say about your combing skills? Yeah, I mean, well, okay, I'm giving a very, very different idea there, but it's the same deal as, like, how could you say you're better at combing hair than someone else when it's like you're mainly only combing your own hair? You don't really, it's not common unless you're a hairdresser to comb other people's hair. Comb other people's hair, so it's like, it's a weird thing like that. Or like, I'm better at drinking water than you are, and it's not like a competitive situation just for your own refreshment, like, oh. Maybe someone does it differently. Maybe someone does it slower. Maybe someone does it faster. Maybe someone doesn't do it a certain way that you do. You know, it's hard to kind of make a competition out of that. Originally, the competition was mostly just created by you guys upon anticipating the first no-hit run of this game in general, which was, I can understand that. That's not created by me or anybody else, but by you guys anticipating the result of the first. But, I mean, even with that being said, it's not really like you can say something's better than the other when it is just that individual person. And there's not really a way to measure how much better, you know? Or at least the way I see it. She's talking about your drinking skills.
I don't care what
man.
you say, streamer. I'm better at watching you stream than you are.
Okay, we're gonna go for all of these now. Oh, why am I buying more Homeward Bones? That's a waste. I already have the coiled sword. That's not good. Okay. Well, how many skulls do you have left in total? Let's see that first. Okay, I have enough. That's good. Probably gonna need to get more right after DLC 1, though. So I guess I didn't. Having to go back to patches is heavily dependent on the dude that's rolling around, because if you don't have to use any on him, you could have enough for the entire game. Technically, at this point, I would be cutting it too close to actually try to pull it off that way. So we're gonna have to go get more now because we use some on him. And if I get any more earlier on, I'm gonna be thrown off the balance. So you don't really need like an excessive amount, but we need more. Crystal Lizard can actually hit you. Yeah, I think it's in one of the older videos things that I made, but there should be a highlight of it somewhere still. If you hit them at a surface and they like rebound, they can like they calculate fall damage because it has weight. Because it's programmed with weight, so weight and falling at the same time, making contact with the hitbox of another AI would just cause the fall damage. So. It's not even like it can attack you, but it like rebounded then fell, and the falling was counted as damage and stagger. But normally they don't have attacks, they're not actually really enemies, they just have health because you kill them for the items. So favorite game ever, Kook. Favorite game ever would be Bloodborne, man. All right, so gold resin for part 1, maybe. Yeah, I guess so. We don't really want the bundles on this. Alright. And then I gotta move this again to second slot.
Hell yes,
Cute, what's going on?
the urn has arrived on.
It's literally a competition. That is why you're doing it. If anything, competition against the game. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's a competition against yourself. I agree with that. 100% agree with that. We got the speedrun strats. One hit sooner to stun, too. Might have been one of the best nameless fights we've had on this run. I don't think we'll ever get a fight like that again. Like legitimately perfect RNG. I don't think there could have been anything that could have changed to make it better. It was pretty much perfect. So best kind of fight you could get. Because if he gives you that one attack on the intro, phase 1's instantly over as soon as he does that. If you know how to get the stun on the head. My mistake before though, I was like, thinking it was the same amount of hits to stun as the speedrun. It's one less though, so it's like I don't actually have to worry as much about being set up the same way you would on the first part. But yeah, it's pretty much like the one attack he can do that ends phase 1 right there. Not getting pissed at first is the hardest thing. Wait, not getting pissed at the first one, you mean getting pissed like on the first phase? Want that RNG for your SL1? Yeah, that RNG on a speedrun as well would be perfect. Like, it's literally just the best RNG in any way, shape, or form that I can think of.
Good luck for the rest of the run.
I'm trying to think of anything he did where he could have done something different that was better, but I can't, honestly. It was pretty much perfect. Like, asking for anything different on that would just be, like, silly, in my opinion. Anyways. So we need... This is where we have extra souls, but I'm going to save them now, so we get the 25 endurance, then we don't do anything for a while. And actually, let's just check our in-game time, too, and see. Pygmy, thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. So the first run tonight? Oh, this isn't the first run. No, we've reset. We've definitely we reset for the first, like, 2 hours, probably. Risey, honestly, man. If you want to get better, just gotta practice. That's it. I think it's the case that either people are expecting to get good immediately, or they're just not even practicing to get better, but they want to be better. So it's like you gotta make some sacrifices, man. That's all it really is. Has anyone done this kind of run, Shadow? So no damage has been done any percent and with all the main content, but never with DLC 1 and 2. So that is what's going on right now. And I need skulls right here. I probably should have a blossom that I use on the second part, but it hasn't been like a big problem yet, especially with how I changed the idea from not like going to the bonfire then not going there anymore. So in a way, you wouldn't really even need the stamina. Yeah, they're not going to go past there. That's weird that they didn't try to bite the bridge that time. Yeah, again, so the thing is with the bridge, I thought that they were programmed to always do that, but it's just an option they can choose to or not to. So taking the chance that they, or considering the fact that there's a chance they don't, that method actually is safer overall and was safer. Every time that I went on the bridge before when I was trying to figure out how to do it originally in just no hit runs, it was the idea that they had bitten the bridge every time, so it wasn't even worth it. And especially like right at the beginning of it too, not even in the middle or anything, but mostly towards the beginning of it. So it's weird that that's not happening now, but it's to my benefit, I guess. Even if he did, I still would have made it, but you need those extra tosses in case at the end. All right. What is OD King and 3 balls? Okay, so it's tree ball. It should say tree balls. That's Curse Rotted Greatwood. ODK is Old Demon King. Red Toast? I don't know, dude. Find something that moves you. I don't know. I'm thinking of something cringy to say. It's a good question, man. You're allowed to get hit by staggering, but no damaging attacks like Yorm Stomp. Potes, I'm not allowing staggers on this, no. So, yeah. Just finished after not playing for 6 months. Muistat, nice. Did you, do you feel like you were rusty? Or that you needed to relearn some things? And then there was the lizard. Didn't get chill bite? I think I did, dude. Oh, I didn't. Okay. I'll grab it from her once we go back. I usually would do that later anyways, because we were originally hitting the other bonfires, so... I actually, just based off muscle memory, I talked to her anyways once we get back over there. I thought I saw it pop up, though. That's good to know. Okay, and then we want the, we still want the Homeward Bones. I want to put the Cold Sword thing here instead. And then Pontus Red Eye, then we switch Blood Ring for Hornet right after the dogs are gone. So, and then this goes slot 2, which it already is. Alright. Cool. Sorry, I just gotta make sure I can't like screw it up by accidentally using the catalyst or whatever. Because it's an extra thing. It's an extra liability in a way. Yeah, I don't like the space I got right now on this. In case he does the swipe, you kind of gotta like see how much room you have to run straight if he's chasing you. So like that angle was too sharp, kind of. Okay, that wolf was giving me some bad RNG right there, too. That was strange, man. Can't say I've seen him follow up that bite over and over and over again. That's really weird. It was like the quick one, too. There's two different quick ones. He went like quick one into the other quick one, backstep, quick one back, you know, kept doing it. Alright, now we're gonna have to go back to the chapel. I didn't get the bonus souls on that because I didn't switch the shield. It's probably not gonna be the biggest deal. I think we'll be fine. Honestly, we could probably just stop switching the shield at this point and everything would be like just as good. Is that Sif or just unrelated giant wolf? So Vadi had made a video before that had said that he believed it to be Sif, but like there's no proof, right? So it's up to you and your interpretation. That was a weird wolf, yeah, it was. If that was Sif, it would be so disappointing. It's discount Sif. Bargain bin Sif. Yeah, Sif is dead, that's a good point. But this is a painting though, the run, so like, how do you justify death inside of a painting? Like, if you were alive in a painting, aren't you always alive in that painting? Can you argue with that? I mean, I don't know about you, but Mona Lisa still looks like she's inside that frame, so I feel like Mona Lisa lives in that painting. So, there you go.
Soul of the lost,
Mr. Adraven? Is that how you say that?
Vessel.
Or Red, sorry, M. Red Raven.
Strength
That's
be
probably how it
granted
is.
So the world might be mended.
My bad. What's going on, man?
So the world might be mended.
Death warning. Zeoslade, thank you for the 2 months in a row, man. Welcome back. Continue to enjoy your emotes and being a skeleton, dude. Oh, and then this time he actually is close to the ladder. Nice. Finally. Mona Lisa's Sif confirmed, yeah. Shadow, what's up? Body also talked about how the Pontiff left the painting. Oh, I see. Well, Pontiff's dead in this game right now, so it's all the same, man. He died outside the painting still. Everything is dead, nothing matters. That is so grim, man. Like, I mean, this plant right here, it, well, okay, yeah, the grass actually does look like it's dead. Never mind. I must say, though, the tombstones look like they're getting watered pretty well by the rainfall. They look like they're growing nicely. Same with the pavement over here. It looks very fresh. Okay, come on, Wilhelm. What are you doing? So, there's actually no need for Spook itself on this next part from what I remember, but just taking the catalyst off on this in case. Rainfall. Yeah, I know there's no rainfall. I'm just making a joke because whatever. Whatever, man. Halij, what's up? Welcome back. Fours in rain. Is that like Forsen brand rain? Like he's just such a good streamer now that he's got his own rain. Holding the breath, Kook. Yeah, that's what we discussed it before as that. That was what the character looked like. You see a doctor for the allergic reaction. Oh man. So close to falling. Actually, that wasn't the closest we've gotten before. You can get closer and still live. I mean, you can just land in the same spot he's standing at the very worst and get back up, but haven't fallen off there on this run yet. But yeah, it might actually be better if I can get a weapon that can jump attack with a longer hitbox just in case. Like, jump attack on this won't work, but Storm Ruler might be a good idea. Or even the spear, like you could just do the jump with the spear without meeting the requirements, and it might give you that range advantage. Yeah, I'm not liking the stamina on this. Chloranthy should have put back on. Or should have got put back on. Show us the character build just fan. Alright, 1 second. Difference between DS1 and 3 painting. They're just different places. Or I guess at this point in time, they're different places. Maybe they were the same place at one point. A little risky funny story. That actually, the only thing that was risky was I didn't have Chloranthy on, I don't think. So yeah, that was the biggest mistake. Everything else was done perfectly. It's just the fucking Chloranthy ring would have helped so much more. I could have been faster. So yeah, I made a really bad decision not having it there. Next time I gotta do that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you the stats. Okay, here you go. So 70 dex, 25 endurance, everything else unleveled pretty much. Starting with the assassin. Makes your heart stop with the close dodges. Well, it kind of has to be that way. There's no other way to do it, right? Trying to do everything the best you can. But yeah, I can understand, man. It's the same thing for me. Like, if I wasn't in the situation myself at this point, spectating it would also be crazy for me too. So I agree with you, man. I gotta separate myself from that, though, to be more effective on this, so can't be doing that. best PvP build. It might be a good PvP build. Who knows, man? Could be. Amek, what's up, dude? What does the spell do? Spook, so it gets rid of fall damage until the point of it being like a death from falling. Okay, so everything's ready for this, I think. We're just gonna move this back to the second slot. Damn Alzheimer's, what? Anyone jinx the run by pointing out how well you're doing? Well, people will do whatever they do, man. I don't know. At this point, it doesn't matter if you do that or not. It's just how it is, so go for it. What is the plan for this? Just gold pine resin, right? Oh yeah, no, switch. No, I need this on first, then I need to use this to get rid of it. There we go. That's what I was forgetting. That's DLC 1, GG. Glad we did that good again. Only thing I can fix on that is Chloranthy before the last running section, that's it. But everything else was pretty good. Opening the chakra. Hey, that looks so easy. That was not the best phase 2. The phase 2 was pretty shitty. Everything else was fine. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else to consider? I guess Chloranthy for this part too. And then we still have 10 skulls. That's pretty good. We did get extra though. Rick, yeah, you can go there 2 different ways. So you can go there from basically after Frieder. You can go there from right before Cinder if you want to as well. Napping, I don't think that's the case, man. But I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I feel like no matter what, like, the fucking Angel just goes earlier than he used to every time on that stretch. Unless there's something I'm missing where I'm not, like, doing it right, but he goes early, though. Why does it end with Old Demon King in the tree? Just to kind of save time so I don't have to do them before doing the harder stuff and then fail to the harder stuff and have that extra wasted time. Just to keep it quick. Or quicker. Donnie, thank you for the host, dude. Welcome back. 1-hit PB, nice, man. That's with the DLC as well, right? Alright, so if you guys don't follow Donnie Wrecked, he's trying to no-hit Bloodborne in its entirety right now, and he's got a 1-hit PB. That's absolutely nuts, man. I'm scared to ask where it is, though. I'm wondering. It would be really shitty if it wasn't on the DLC, but at the same time, if it wasn't on the DLC, you know you're doing the DLC right, so... Shit. Anyways, thank you, man. Anyone coming from Donnie Stream? Crow, what's going on? Welcome back. Dopamine, what's up? Mop, what's up? Let's get out of here, Scoobs. Area's making you clench. Yeah, that's probably... that one in between from, like, the very intro, and then, like, right now, it's probably... Like, the part with the Angel is probably one of the hardest running parts in the DLC. But there's still more memes to surpass. More potential memes. Alright, so I need to have this back on, and then we're going to try to see if we can go for the same setup as before. And that's it. I think it's good. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta take this off the slide again. Need dark resin. Okay. Anyways, Donnie, thank you very much for the host, man. I appreciate it. Milty, what's up? B-Cavs, honestly, dude, I wouldn't be dead set on it, but thank you for hoping, at least. That's cool. Or thank you for believing, I should say. So there's actually a lot of things I did wrong on that fight. So it was pretty good RNG, but I fucked up quite a bit. So, I mean, everything's cool and stuff, but I didn't do it the best I could. It could have been better. Could have been safer. Also the whiffs at the end too. I gotta aim at the fingers instead of trying to just, you know, somehow like have like mid-camera level or whatever. Okay. Next challenge, you must kill all bosses with closed eyes, Nevada. I don't know about that, man. Don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, there's some fights you could do with sound cues, like Undead and Pontiff, because they're based around, you know, if you do enough damage with a parry, you're only gonna need like 1 or 2 attacks to kill them, right? Other fights you're not gonna be able to complete just by listening to them. It's not gonna work, so... only in those special instances for other circumstances or other reasons. Missed the riposte for one? Yeah, I was trying to push it to the limit, man. You gotta crank in all that extra damage, because when he gets sent back, it's hard to actually connect with him as he's getting up. And then you still have the same amount of time. Or actually, you might have less time at that point. Okay, so the thing with this part now, it's been weird, is I feel like I'm just like kind of rushing to get to the spot. So we're gonna take the first location, and then we're gonna go for the second, and then the last, to give us more time, because I have been doing this part, and I feel like it's just like there's less time that I'm getting or something. I don't know. But yeah, it might be just the amount of stamina that I had before on this. Like, I might have used characters that had, like, way more at this point. So you might have an advantage in that, just running to the last second that you can. But there's no point on this if it's kind of risky. I could do it, but it would be forcing myself to just, like, kind of either do, like, a mini sprint at the end or roll the rest of the distance. And that's cutting it too close. When is Gale Mop? 2 fights from now. We're gonna do mid-year last on this DLC. That's how we've been doing it. Agent, what's up, man? Welcome back. Does your damage have to be all in a row, or can you just restart the split after you get hit for that fight? No, it's got to be the entire game, dude. It's one sequence, not individual segments. That would be too easy, man. Everyone would be able to do that. Well, I mean, obviously with some practice, but still, that would make it pretty simple. I think, isn't there speedruns called segmented runs like that? Isn't that what a segmented run is in speedrunning? So I haven't actually seen one before, but people have talked about them. I've heard about it. Still kind of worried about those small dudes too, because for some reason I don't even know how this happens, but they like cut you off and then they like paint you with mud or something, and I've seen it a few times, but I'm still curious of how they do that, because like you can run through there so many times and none of them will actually try to attack you. They just, if one gets cut off while it's running across you, it seems to do it then, and I've only been able to have it happen like I think once or twice maybe, like literally just like not very often at all, so yeah. Okay, so we want have it set up like this. And the rings are all good. The sound scare, yeah, the sound effects of the fire on that are pretty loud. Jammy, what's up, dude? DS2 all boss, no damage run, possibly. I'm not sure, man. No idea when it comes to that. You probably want to ask Otstarva about that, because he actually did no damage. I think he's the only person that's done no damage on DS2. So you'd have to get his opinion, because he would probably know, like, the areas and like the fall damage stuff and other status effects, other little things. I know if you were gonna do all bosses like no hit, that the debuff from Smelter Demon would count as the as like one of his attacks. So you still have to avoid that. I know you can avoid that with having a lot of damage, but I'm not sure how it works still. So it would be a matter of the areas and all that, I think. I just realized something else. I think we used to use the coiled sword fragment for the slab, didn't we? And then we switched that to the nameless one, because I was wondering how I got that gesture. I think it's because of that. Name of the tall black dudes on the bleach that shots lasers. Yuri, I don't know what you're talking about. Shoot late. Wait, what? How long did it take you to be capable of doing such runs? You aspire to do runs like me. Hellsblade, you're only catching like a good attempt, man. It's not even like... You can't look at this and think of like the entirety of what I do as this all the time. This is like the very small percentage of the majority, so... and it's not even done yet. We're still not even at the hardest part, so it's honestly hard to tell, but... a lot of practice, man. Quite a lot. I mean, also experience from other runs previous as well, and practice in those, so it's gonna help you a little bit. Oh, we need the dagger ready first. Let's do that. And then I gotta send the lift back up so I don't die from that later. I don't know how to phrase this, as you know what the general no-hit rules are, but you always found it strange that poison damage at Farron Keep didn't count. Thoughts? Because in a no-hit run, it's not that you're trying to avoid any source of damage. You're trying to not get hit by an enemy, and the water's not an enemy. It doesn't count as AI. It can't be killed, so... And it's categorized as an environmental feature, right? And in that regard, we're trying to avoid attacks from enemies that deal damage or stagger you. And because the status effect's in the water naturally in that area, it's not an enemy. It's not, like, it's just that you gotta disassociate no hit from no damage. Like, no hit isn't a no damage run. You take damage in a no hit run. It's outsmarting the AI. You're trying to not have an enemy be able to get the best of you. That's the original point of it. So I think that might make it easier to understand. Now we got to get the chunks and everything. I think this will be enough to go like all together with it and just get everything ready. And we only need 10 of these. We already have we have 2 slabs. What? What? How did I get 2 slabs? Did I not use the slab on? Oh, I did. Okay. What? How did that work then? Oh, I guess for Frida, that's why. Okay, you get 1 on Frida. My bad. Forgot about that. And then, yeah, it's just all endurance now, I think. Did we get the poison resin? Let me check that and see. I don't believe we got that yet. No, we didn't. Okay. How many of these do I have left? Alright, cool. Aztero, hurry up, it's 2 a.m. I don't think that's how this works, though, man. I don't think that's how it works. Are we upgrading the dagger, Sid? I'm gonna use it for this fight right here. We're gonna use it for half-light parries. Booger, what's up, man? How's it going? Gang spank time? Yeah, so one thing to be of importance in this is the fact that we dictate the situation immediately as something that I should homeward bone or not, depending on how it goes down immediately. I really got to try to get the backstab, but if I can't, then I got to know my limits on that. And then anything that's weird outside of that as well, just got to know if it's smart to go back to it. Face cam % after this run's completed. Hanuda, honestly, what do you think the answer is to that? Out of curiosity, what do you think? Gino, what's up, dude? Welcome back. 4 a.m., no regrets, Tyroth. That's what I like to hear, except for when it gets to the point where you're regretting being up that late, but hopefully you don't have anything important. Okay, so Pontus right eye stays on the entire time. Let me switch. Do we even have... I guess we don't even worry about Blood Ring. We just have Hornet on consistently. And that's the setup for that. No staff required. It would be really funny if you went into this and then Spook was actually helpful. Peach versus Miyazaki. Dagger, yeah, we don't use the dagger right away. Greg, we use it after this part. Although, I'm not sure if there would be an advantage using in the beginning. There might. Like, I think the animation's the same. Okay, we're gonna have to wait another round on this. So unfortunately good practice for this run, but yeah, there was no way it could have been done because he did an extra animation before attacking. That's just completely random. That has nothing to do with anything I did wrong. I did very good on that. So yeah, good warm-up. But there's no way possible to close down the fight unless he doesn't attack again after that, which is pretty rare actually. It's more likely he'd roll into or walk fast instead, so. But I said we'd have to be ready for many of those, even on a successful run. To drag, and I think the more important thing they get out of this is the fact that we did it right that time, so that's good. But it's not about doing it once, it's about being able to do it consistently whenever you have to, just in case. Being able to do it once doesn't matter. That's good, but it's not enough. Noir, what's up? How's it going, man? It's crazy, yeah. It's actually unfortunate that he made me there, but at the same time, like, there could be other things, like the Painting Guardian could just get to him sooner anyways. That was a good setup, though, where I believe even if she was fast, I think I still would have got it. But either way. No, there's no damage there. It's just not possible to close down the fight reliably at that point. So he would have had to have not attacked again with the overhead. He would have had to have just ran or backstepped, waited to do the weapon art, then did a sprint at me. This time for sure. Honestly, there's just as many odds as before, so doesn't really change anything. Oh, I have a little bit less damage there. Wonder how that works. That's weird.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Whoa! That was fucking insane, dude. Whoa! I've never seen that. Okay, that's cool just because I've never seen that, and look how close that was, too. Just... What? How did the fucking Painting Guardian do that, dude? I must have been too centered. There must have been some placement issue. I still fucking got away with it. That was lucky, but because normally you don't actually have that happen, I can't feel like I made a big mistake there. There was something with placement that was incorrect. That's the only way that could have happened. But that's fucking crazy, though. I've never seen that. Jesus, man. Jesus Christ, dude. That was what was even cooler, but yeah. Yeah, it fucking took off like a fucking hair, man. It was so close. Jesus, man. God damn it.
Holy shit.
I mean, I can't even be scared because I did it right, but like, there's something with the placement that fucked up the Painting Guardian. She didn't want to heal him as soon. He must have been too far away, and she just didn't want to go to him before me. Can you rewatch that, KTFO? Yeah, get a clip of that so you can play it. That's fucking crazy, dude. It was like right beside my head. We were in between, probably. I don't know if it was one on the back and one on the front, or they both came across the front. Once I got into the riposte, obviously you have iframes, but right before that, there was one like an inch away from the head. That was insane, dude. That made the run better just because it happened. I'm not even gonna complain about it, but I do have to rewatch everything before that to see how I made it happen somehow, or what my my approach was with the fucking like the placement of where I set up the parry and stuff, because there was some sort of mistake that shouldn't be possible. Man, God bless that day. I know. Jesus, man. Okay, anyways, we pulled off the parries properly. That's the most important part. 2-time consistency, that's even better. So even though we got held up, there's some memes. Good shit. Gotta continue. I need poison for the beginning of this, and then that's it. Gotta take that, put it back on this again. Alright, let's go. Alright, GG. One more fight on this. Ooh, dude, it's actually kind of weird that you could die after that fight's done, too, by that lightning. I didn't even realize that before. Fuck. Okay. Now it's actually getting kind of serious, guys. Because I didn't think we'd actually get this far. Now it's getting kind of serious. Okay,
Only Miyazaki can stop you now.
Now we can actually level up decks again, too. Forgot about that. We can actually put some levels into decks. Kind of. Well, I mean, like, for me, the run doesn't start till Half-Light, man. I mean, in a way it does, but like the real run is basically just Half-Light, and the fact that you have to pull it off with that much stuff done before. So, to me, maybe not to you, but to me.
So the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
But yeah, still not over yet. Don't get excited. I'm not excited. I am informed, though. Okay. Monty, what's up, dude? Wait a second. Are you safe to say it now? Not yet. Hawksfire, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back, dude. Or not welcome back, sorry. Okay, now you know my brain's not working because I can't English even greater than normal. Okay. Anyways, Hawk, thank you very much, man. You have discovered the secret circle of the Skuilluminati. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy being a skeleton. One thing we didn't actually check that I wanted to was the time frame of the run, so I'm actually really curious to see, but I'm not going to peek at it. I'm not going to distract myself right now. But I really want to see the time frame. I know we slowed down a little bit, but obviously we had to have a run back for Half-Life, so that's that. I'm going to put this on in case Homered Bones, which probably wouldn't happen unless there's a laser, but even then I should be fine because I practiced it. I was actually afraid that I didn't have enough damage to for the one cycle on that. Okay, thank God. Oh man. Dude, it's actually weird to feel nervous on Midir, honestly. That's so fucking weird. Alright. Easy street time. Okay. Oh, we need the fire bombs this time too. I said I was gonna do that. And no jumping off any staircase or anything like that. Because this is the last... Actually, no, there's one more spook for tree balls. We're gonna do tree balls first, guys. Actually, you know what? No, fuck. We'll keep the order. That doesn't make any sense. We'll do it now. But just so no one thinks there's something weird's going on. But yeah, we'll do tree balls now.
Time for some SK8.
There's one more gravity situation outside of Firelink, I think. Unless I like rush the ledge with ODK.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel.
And then we're gonna go over a list of things I gotta watch out for as well.
Might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Garl Memory, thank you for dropping the Prime sub, man. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, you have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton man. So one thing to go over would be, there's a stagger that you get from being beside him with him moving forward at the beginning, so I need to be on the side of his foot. I can't be near his butt because that's also a little part where you get stagger and damage for no reason. So at the very least, I gotta just be slower on this. Pretty simple. Should we use a bundle to start off on it? I think... we have the other pale resin. We might as well do that.
Drawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Death's Messiah, thank you for the prime sub, dude. First time in your feeble cursed life, you have also discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton. Alright, so... pretty simple. Just keep it simple on this, that's it. Keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple. Go streamer.
Well, try to keep it simple. That wasn't too simple, but I mean, I got some pretty bad RNG on that fight. He didn't do one of the lava spits at all. At least it was a little bit more climactic than usual, so that's good. All right. So we gotta go from here. Okay. You see much harder than all the other bosses. It's because I was trying to play it safe. There's two instances where you can actually take, there's one stagger, there's one that's stagger and damage. The one that's stagger and damage shouldn't actually be possible. There's no reason for it. Makes no sense. Should have been patched a while ago, but they never fixed it. And there's no indication as to how it happens. And then the other one is one that just is the product of him stepping forward and nudging you with his knee or in between where his legs are. The hitbox counts it all even, so you don't want to be in front of him when he does that. The other one's really the big problem, so...
Hello, YouTube.
Usually I'd be worried about that.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
He tried to step out of the way and he still got it. He tried to avoid it. I've had him do that before, but he never actually was able to get hit when he avoided it. He was fine. That looked pretty funny. Okay. Okay. That's it, guys. Jesus Christ, man. My chest hurts right now. Not fucking swear on my life. I'm not even lying to you.
GG. Heck yeah,
Jesus.
Becky.
See, this is what I mean. You got to keep yourself in check until you can like let yourself get emotional and let yourself get invested. Because now it's all happening at once. Because it was supposed to happen earlier.
Dude.
And I put it off, and now I can feel it all, and it hurts, man. Holy shit. Okay. That's insane. I did not expect to just go in and fucking get
GG
this.
streamer.
The one thing that makes me not disappointed, though, or not feel like it wasn't earned, is the fact that we did Half-Light back-to-back twice, and we did the parry still. So because of that, that demonstrates that I was consistent enough to do it, and it wasn't that I need more practice beyond this point to actually get the run. So I don't feel like anything was approached in a way that was not the right way, where it should have been a lot different, and I got a free pass. So that's good. All right, let's go to...
So the world might be mended.
Man, I fucking can't eat. What am I doing? Where is the fucking thing?
GG, try not to die on the way to the fire squills.
Where the hell's the thing? Where is it? Where'd it go?
Nice,
I don't know where it is. Oh, wait, no. Dude, I actually can't find the... do I not have the bonfire?
Hecking G, do you ever get inside your head during?
Okay, there we go.
Or
Jesus,
are you
man.
so practiced you can hold it all off till the end?
So basically what I was just explaining was exactly that. Like I said, I try to separate my my investment emotionally and all that until the end, and that's when you feel it. And right now I'm telling you, it was kind of painful, dude. Just kind of caught up with me right around mid-year.
This is amazing. You are a legend, dude. Congrats. Dude. What
I'm
can
honest,
be better than
I'm
this?
honestly like, I don't know, man. Fuck. I don't even know.
Way to be Squilla. Squill hype, squill hype.
It was just such a sick run because of that second Half-Life fight, man. That makes it even more exciting. Like, I could imagine if you hadn't seen this, and you're gonna watch it later, that you're just gonna fucking die when you see that. Like, that's such a nice touch that wasn't even something I can explain, but just that the fact that it actually was able to happen was surprising, but a nice surprise. That doesn't happen too often. Usually it's the other way around.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
We're also gonna check the time on the file right after this end game stuff. Oh man, I actually drank all my water. Shit, just getting thirsty. All right. Okay, 1 second. First of all, thank you everybody that's here that was here for this. One benefit of the fact that there is a lot of failure, but that success once in a while is that there is sometimes that once in a while will include you, and hopefully anyone that's here feels that they were special and included in this, because I know there's going to be people complaining tomorrow they missed it and stuff. So
GGOG.
I can't say there is a better run for you to see just because of some of the stuff that happened on that. It was just fucking amazing, honestly.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
God damn it.
The world might be mended.
So one of the small goals I had that wasn't like something that needed to be the case.
It's okay, Squilla. Unlike these fuckos in chat, I still think you're abysmal.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this down for a moment because it's loud. So one of the small goals I had was trying to cut half the time that it takes to get the run at the very least, and maybe at the longest, maybe take a week off the time it took me to get this versus no hits all boss plus DLC to kind of show the progression and show how much retention of the knowledge I got and execution and how quick I can de-rust on it. And this is the quickest. I wouldn't have even guessed it. So that's
GG, dude.
This might be the most content, the most the most amount of risk and the most amount of challenge in the least time frame that I've done for anything. So I think that's the biggest accomplishment there. I'm pretty happy with that, man. Like I'm fucking hyped. Also, I guess the fact that we almost maintained that 180% per day on this once we got down to a lower PB, so that's also really good too. We almost got the 80% yesterday. It was almost 180% per day, so that's blowing my mind because I remember how hard 80% was to get in the beginning, and obviously there's reasons for that, but still, even with that being the case, it's not an easy run. So I'm happy, man. This is nuts. Thank you everybody as well for doing crazy things.
Awesome.
I'm gonna catch up with that in a
So
moment.
exciting.
Can I show us the in-game time? Yeah, we'll skip the credits really quick right now. I'm gonna go to Journey 2. We'll do that, just so you know that it was completed. Unreal ability to only tune in when streamers get the run. Faraz's no hits, Disc 2, first all boss world record. Yeah, see, I'm the opposite of that. I don't have the luck like that. I mean, maybe half the time I catch the really cool runs, but 328, dude, that's fucking sick. That is so good. Man, see, I'm happy right now because every single thing I wanted to address was addressed perfectly. Under 330, saved over an hour and a half. Still was slow, still could have been faster. I was right, you could get you could get closer to 315 on that. That's awesome, man. The time that it took to do that is so short. That's fucking sick. Cherry on the top. I mean, I wouldn't have even been disappointed if it was 4 hours. I didn't think it was going to be 328. That's sick. That's just the ultimate little extra at the very end. Oh man. And I guess that's also a testament to me improving in speed by trying to focus on those elements to like a pretty great extent, because although there was a lot of slowdown on the previous no hit with DLC, there was still a lot of stuff that wasn't really as speedy as it could be, and I still saved some time despite the the AFK moments and all that. So that's sick. I'm super happy about that too. All right, give me a moment. Let's quickly just go over the alerts because I missed like a lot of that stuff going on. Sorry. Give me a moment. So where were we? So Donnie hosted. That's the last alert I remember seeing, I think. Oh no, Hawksfire. I did welcome you. I said thank you for that. And Garl, I said thank you for, and Death. Okay, so Fable, thank you very much for the Prime sub, man. Method, thank you for the follow. Rainbow, thank you for the host, man. Kami Cupcake, thank you for the bits. That's insane. Monty, thank you for the tier 1 resub. Or it might be a brand new sub, I'm not sure. Dpod, thank you for the bits. Crawl, thank you for the bits. Jace Prime, thank you for the bits. Decosting Bots, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Griff, thank you for the bits. Yoinks, thank you for the bits. Mop, thank you for the follow. Foreman Low, thank you for the second month resub. Welcome back. Kook, thank you for the brand new sub. Tassie, thank you for the follow. Branston, thank you for the bits. Fuzzy Teabags, thank you for the Prime sub. LeRon, thank you for the bits. Niche Binder, thank you for the follow. Nevada, thank you for the follow. Oyster, thank you for the bits. Pygmy, thank you for the bits. TX Crew, thank you for the follow. Full Metal Heim, thank you for the Prime sub. And Miller to the Max, I haven't seen you for a bit around here, dude. I'm glad that you got to catch that, man. Miller to the Max is a low-key Absolver god. So if you ever watched us play Absolver, he was actually one of the best fights that I had on that, so it is an honor, man. Thank you very much. I think that's a brand new sub. Thank you, man. Seriously, thank you for all the... And everything before that, anyone that followed before I even read out, the most recent alert that I had missed. Welcome. Thank you. I'm extremely happy. I'm so happy to the point that if I continued to do anything else right now, it would ruin this. So we have to leave on this note. I know it was a little bit of a shorter stream in that case, but the only right thing to do now is just give somebody a raid, a world's first raid. So we got to do that. Dark Zone, thank you for the Prime sub, man.
Strength be granted so the world might be mended.
Jesus Christ. Okay, wait. Let's get some victory tunes. What am I feeling like for the victory? We need a good soundtrack. Oh, actually, I mentioned this one earlier. We'll put this on.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
This is the DS1 trailer music.
So the world might be mended.
This is the perfect song to raid to. So basically, there's some things I want to say before we even get going anywhere. Just Fan gave you... Oh, Cleamash, that was... Oh, wait. Okay, so that means that the name wasn't specified. Who did that? Who did the donation, man? Because that's what it says if there's no name. Jackson Winters, thank you very much for the brand new sub as well. You have all discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. And then Just Fan jumped in at the end because Subaru threw him and cheated because he gave him a boost. Piggybacked him over there. And then Lemur guy popped him with bits and threw him on the floor and I tripped. And then there was a third pile that I missed. And Subaru tripped as he was trying to piggyback Just Fan over the crowd
Play
into
some
the circle.
Mastodon as victory music.
Yeah, whoever did that and the name didn't show up, please give me a whisper and tell me who you are, just so I can say thank you. Because Just Fan is what it says when there's no name specified. Unless. Oh no, wait, you're in. Okay, no, you're in chat. Never mind. Dude, thank you for that. I thought you meant Gawkbox Fan. My bad. It says Fan when it's the name's not specified.
DS2 all bosses, no damage next. Kappa.
Anyways, Just Fan, that's absolutely insane, dude. I didn't even know you made a bet that you were gonna do that if I got it. I didn't even see that earlier. Thank you, man. Seriously, that's insane. Please never sub in your life, ever. Just, that's the lifetime free subs. Alright, we are going to go and bring the hype to someone else, give them a little bit of a raid. And, you know what? We're gonna raid Cheese with Streams. He's someone that you'll be seeing on the channel soon, so I'm gonna go on a trip with him, one of our moderators, Colpster, and another streamer, Lucar. So you will see them on the channel in like a week or two, or about a week from now. A handful of days to a week during that week. And there's a lot of stuff planned during then. But if you've never been here before and you want to make it back, we're gonna be streaming again tomorrow. I'll probably be doing some DS1 tomorrow. We'll see if we can get back-to-back no-hit runs. That'd be insane. Probably not, but yeah. Here's the Twitter if you want to know when I go live. Here is the YouTube if you haven't seen anything on there. And we're gonna give a host to Cheese Whiz. He's playing some Celeste. I actually don't know what that is, but I want to see it. So give him a hello, give him a follow. He's one of my favorite streamers. Does a really good job, man. Honestly, kind of like if there was an instructional video on how to be a good person on this site, he would be the person. So that's how good of a recommendation I can give. Either way, thank you again. Let's do it. I will see you guys again tomorrow.